Alright.
Get that out.
Close that dang marker, boy.
Okay. You better done get that corona.
Oh, wait, yeah. Joey, cover the marker. Cover
Turn
the
that monitor off, friendo.
Turn off the marker. Monitor.
This exists.
Yeah, it exists. Turn
I
off the
never
monitor.
knew this exists.
Good job, buddy.
What do you have, Joey? No one can understand what this is. You have to say words.
Yeah. Use your words, buddy.
Okay, I forgot.
This monitor has a dumb interface, and we're trying to turn it off because you're supposed to play this game in complete darkness. Oh my sweet lord.
Okay, so that RGB.
Oh yeah, you want to see something that's cool?
No.
Automatic aimbot.
Unplug the monitor, dog.
I'm gonna have aimbot while we're recording.
You have aimbot on your computer?
I got an aimbot on my microphone. My microphone got aimbot, dog.
Okay, it does not turn off.
Hey,
Power
God,
off. It says power off right there. It doesn't turn off. It says power off.
That's the
Try to turn it off.
That's the timer.
That's the timer, you idiot.
Dude, isn't there not a button on the computer?
No.
Then you gotta lay a blanket over the monitor.
I did almost say it's a monitor. Joey, just plug the monitor.
Also, we can
I
edit out.
can't do that.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Turn off the monitors. There's not a button.
You very much can turn off the monitor.
What if I like dimmed it?
No, it needs to be 0%. No light.
Oh,
Advanced display settings, probably.
Hey, just go to we can put a blanket over it, Joey.
See?
That's a refresh rate.
I know. I'm just saying.
You cheese.
144 hertz. I have 144 hertz on my
I'm the
monitor.
ultimate gamer.
My monitor's 144 hertz.
144 hertz monitor. I'm a gamer.
Wow, what the heck? It's sideways.
That's for people who
Stream like have the. Yeah,
That's some
channel
people.
button.
That's for people that are half Australian.
Okay, there's
Someone hit him.
I'm just clicking stuff at this point.
Joey, go get a blanket and we'll drape a blanket over it.
You can't drape a blanket over this.
Why not?
Because this monitor was $150.
Oh my!
Put a blanket over it.
$50, like that's a lot of money.
Joey, you have to put a blanket over it.
Well,
It won't overheat.
Get a
will it?
sheet.
oh my frick, Google is open. You hear how my
Why is this freaking out?
Because Google ruins everything. It's taking up 50% of the CPU.
Why can't your computer run Chrome?
Why is Google using 50%?
Nobody's computer can run Chrome.
can run Chrome fine. My computer's not retarded.
Oh wait, we should actually get to the point as to what this is about.
I'm playing 10 Candles.
Yeah, we're playing 10 Candles. It's a roleplay game.
Don't you mean the cult?
We're joining a Satanistic cult.
What? Wait.
I was like, oh no, I was like, we're a bunch of little Christian boys.
We're Christians. We're Christians. I swear. I think.
But we're trying Satanism for a night.
No, we're not trying
Wait.
Satanism.
We're summoning Beelzebub. Oh.
No, turn that crap off,
Best
dude.
I can do.
No, you have to cover it with the blanket.
Best I can do
Tape it.
is...
Put duct tape
No.
around it.
Okay, hold on. I got an idea.
Duct tape?
Yeah, duct tape over the screen, dude.
I have an
Oh,
idea.
that's worse.
I-
a black picture.
Yeah, that's That's exactly what I'm doing.
It's still gonna have like a lot of black.
Yeah,
No
because
way.
of the back-
No way this works.
The backlight.
Yeah.
It's the backlight.
No way this works.
It won't work.
It might
But
work.
this is the best I can do.
Say that it's just black.
He's saving the picture.
I have to.
He's just saved an all black picture to his desktop, and he's gonna full screen it to make the screen
Yeah.
black.
Yes.
This is so dumb.
Best I can do is black.
This is what happens when you live in the ghetto.
Dark background.
That does not work at all.
Called a
That does not work.
That's
I
better than
told
it
you
was.
it's backlight, and there's no way to get rid of it.
It's better than it was. Shut
Joey, can we not put a blanket over the monitor?
No,
A
because
sheet.
it's $150
up.
monitor.
Over it. Put my hoodie over it.
Put like a hoodie over it.
You're wearing it.
Here, I can light on.
Yeah.
Frick.
This is so dumb.
My pants. My work pants.
That's
Why
not
you put it
that,
like
dude.
that?
It covers the mouth.
Yeah, cover the mouse. Cover the mouse.
Put the soccer ball
Here,
into
I'll,
the
let me go
screen.
get a cover.
No, don't get it covered. That's too big. Wait.
This
Find
is
like
so stupid.
find a Anthony, that's too big. That's too big. Let me just get a shirt.
Anthony, you're so dumb.
Use a pillow.
What the? Why is my sister's shirt in my closet?
Anthony,
It's not a pillow. That's not a pillow. Even worse. Pillow back.
Hey!
Anthony, you retard.
Oh my gosh, why can't she be fatter?
Oh, never
What
mind.
did I just walk into?
I was gonna say something really mean.
There! Are you happy?
Yeah, I'm
Now I
happy.
can't see it.
Alright, now okay, listen.
How you gonna
One
let
more
candles
thing
in
I have a
darkness,
problem
you
with.
retard?
I have one more problem. I have one more problem.
What?
There's a red light on the switchboard on the floor.
Then too bad! I don't want to start a fire.
Shut up, Anthony.
Okay. I'll be quiet now. We will
There's a
start.
red light there too.
Oh my gosh!
Freaking die.
Don't focus on it.
Okay, so we're not gonna turn off the big light yet because we're gonna just do character creation. Okay.
Okay.
I want to be a chimpanzee.
So at this point, we light 3 candles. 1.
I'm gonna let your mom.
Hey, we're Christian boys here.
So, yeah.
No, listen. Those
Until I
3
met your mom.
Those 3 candles are lit.
That one
Okay.
sucks.
He's coming up. He's late bloomer. No, Joey.
Fire on.
One, if those candles go out, they cannot be relit. No, I'm not even joking. Joey! That was so close.
I'm sorry, the coronavirus. Okay, that's not funny. I shouldn't be joking about it.
Oh!
I'm sorry.
Okay, laugh away from the table. Okay? All right, those 3 candles are lit, and we will lose them if they go out. Let's calm down a little bit, okay? Now listen,
They're getting lit.
Jake's
Better
crying,
put them out. They're lit.
Joey.
Bro, it's lit.
Okay, listen.
Oh my gosh.
Okay,
Yo, pump.
you have 5 index cards in front of you.
I can see that. I can count, Mom.
The first thing you're going to do
This looks like one
is you're going to write. You're gonna take out. You have a pen in front of you, and you're gonna take off the top 2 cards
What's a
of those
pen?
index cards. Okay?
Top 2.
Yeah.
1, 2.
You're going to write traits
6.
about yourself.
I can't
okay?
count to 2. Anthony, I thought this was a game, not English class.
I thought we were gonna have fun. What the?
Listen, okay?
Okay.
So you can make the character in the game anything you want. You can be an 80-year-old black drug dealer. I don't care.
Oh my goodness.
We're all white kids and white straight males in here, correct?
It's not straight.
You don't have to be that in this story. You can be anything you want to be.
I'm a gay pig.
I'm a JV.
All right, so you want to write a good trait about yourself, such as
I already did that.
lucky, resourceful, watchful, merciful, daring, committed, handsome, hardy, strong.
Hardy. Well, we're getting hardy.
Hardy.
Bro.
I'm hardy.
Bro, Hardy's
Hardy.
So you want to have a good
Okay,
trait.
can I write my name?
Yes, you can make up a
I'm
name.
vegetarian.
You can make up any name you want and write it on the folded note card I've already put out. And once you write a good card or good trait, you're gonna write a bad trait or a vice. Okay?
My name is Jamison McHartle.
No, well, hey, listen, we'll go to that in a second.
Jamison McHartle.
Okay, so examples of a bad trait are afraid, greedy, regretful.
Wait, do I
addicted.
write it like big?
Yeah.
Big letters.
I put
Yeah, use a Sharpie. Use a Sharpie.
Where's Sharpie?
Bro, you said use the pen.
Use a Sharpie so it's big so we can see in the dark.
I put brave and angry.
Brave and angry.
You're
Okay.
telling us to write with a black.
Tall. Is that a good thing or a bad thing, Joey?
Don't question him. He's retarded.
Joey, don't put tall.
Why? He's in a trait.
Listen, if you burn tall, you don't get shorter. So
What?
give me that. Give me that. We're burning it.
Wait, don't burn. Just give me another note card.
Right, dummy thing.
I will not let that be the first thing I burn.
Okay.
Dummy thing.
So you have.
We burn dummy thick. I burn many calories.
I'm fighting dummy thing. Lose weight.
Guys, you have to have a strong. Okay.
No, you son of
Joey!
Joey!
I didn't do anything!
Okay, we're relating one.
Okay.
I didn't even
You
do
put
it.
the candle out!
I'm gonna just put the rest of them out there.
We'll relight it this one time, okay? This is the
Joey's
only.
retarded. Don't slam the milk carts
This is
around.
the only time we can relight a candle because technically we haven't started yet. This is breaking the rules. We have already broken the rules of 10 candles.
We're fine. We're
Jake's
still
forehead got
setting
dead.
up the game.
Yeah, this is the part of the game though. Okay, so listen, you should.
Okay, now at this point forward, this is the part of the game.
Whoa! Okay, Joey, what's your strong trait? What's your good trait?
Strong.
Okay. Okay, so what is your good trait, Jake?
I don't know.
Oh, Jacob, what's your good trait?
We need to specify which is which.
Brave.
Yeah, I'm brave.
Okay, Jake, we got the good
He
trait.
about to be a baby in the middle of the game.
I'm gonna put you in the gun.
Jake, what do you got for a good trait? We can take our time and think about this. So if you want to think about it, we can move on and let you think about it.
I'm gonna give you a nugget.
You can take as much time as you want to think about this, as
Yeah.
long as we don't put this game over 2 in the morning.
Yes.
I'll play till 2 in the morning.
This, once you make these, you can't change them. That's what we have for the entire game.
He's thick.
Bro, someone finna die at the beginning
That's
of
a
the game.
thick boy.
That's a sick boy.
Dang, boy, you thick.
Dang, look at that big boy,
Alright,
boom. That's really good.
Out here, double cheeked up on Thursday.
Whoa! What is that?
I'm not gonna say that.
Resourceful. There we go. That's a good trait.
I
So,
took the suggestion.
so Jake is resourceful. Jacob is
brave.
brave.
He
and
about
Joey-
to get robbed of all his resources.
Okay, so bad trait.
He's gonna get stabbed and mugged.
Okay, now you have to come up with a bad trait.
Stabbed and mugged by
okay.
me.
Fat.
Hey,
You're kind of a dude.
Fat people can be really strong, okay? You wanna see?
You don't even like. Your voice doesn't sound like a fat guy.
It sounds like a 12-year-old.
That's fair. You're a ginger.
I am. Wait.
okay, I'm reading up here.
Okay, what's a bad trait?
Chill out.
Okay, so I'll read the examples given
Okay.
for bad traits.
I got it.
Afraid, greedy, regretful, addicted, naive, controlling, worrisome.
Yeah, I want
Alcoholic.
cocaine.
I'm on. You can write cocaine addiction.
So 2 words.
It doesn't have to be one word. What's it say?
Low mental capacity. Mine just says angry. I'm an angry dude.
So
He has a low
Joey's
Joey's retarded.
Alright, here, wait. I got a name reveal now. My name Cletus Beeble.
You have to do the accent for the whole game to pick an accent.
Yeah, my name Cletus Beeble.
Okay.
Okay, Cletus Beeble.
Cletus Beeble.
What is your good
Jamison
trait?
McCur-
And
What-
my name tag
My
says,
name's Jamison.
What is your good trait,
Not
Cletus
just Jameson.
Beeble?
I'm very strong.
He better
I
strong.
like to lift hay bales.
But
in my dad's truck.
My mama didn't take me no school, so.
Whoa!
my
Watch out
sister-
again! Holy crap!
Ooh, you almost blew out the second.
My
Okay.
mama ain't take me no
What's
school.
your bad trait?
My mama says I'm special. Apparently other people, that's not good.
But what does your card say?
They call
I
me
have
retarded.
a low mental capacity.
Oh, that says low, like LOW.
What you think it says?
That says low. LOL.
Low mental capacity.
Mama, not retarded.
Okay, Jake.
Sarcastic.
Sunday.
Okay, so
That's
what's
a
your
bad
name?
treat?
What's your name?
Yeah, he's just a prick all the
Well-
time.
Introduce yourself. Introduce yourself.
My name Gary.
Your name Gary.
Why is
Okay.
everybody retarded?
Okay.
First it's Cletus Beeble, and now it's Gary.
You just caress the microphone.
I was checking to make sure that it wasn't getting hot.
Okay. Stop it. Okay, so Gary.
Ah!
Joey.
Okay.
Cletus, shut up.
Hey, what up, Joey?
So you're
Baby,
Gary.
shut your
What's your good
mouth,
trait?
boy.
What's your good trait?
Cletus is one of those names where you just
You're-
naturally go into.
So Gary
southern
is
accent.
resourceful, and what's your bad
Cletus.
trait?
Sarcastic.
So his bad trait is sarcastic. So
Fat.
Jacob, introduce yourself as your name and your traits.
Well, I am Jamison McCartle. Yes, Jamison McCartle. I'm an Irishman.
Okay.
White.
Irish.
Ginger.
Irish.
I am ginger.
Okay.
I am brave. And I'm
Okay.
angry.
You're
This should
angry.
not be like a
I'm an
police
angry
profiling.
I'm an angry. I'm an angry.
I'm
drunk-
angry, and I
I'm-
drink Guinness.
Well, I'm an Irish, so I get drunk and I fight.
Okay, I'm going to now.
I've
And-
never met an Irishman before.
Well, I will beat the bricks off of you.
Careful, I'm lighting more candles now. Okay.
Imagine you put out another candle.
And he's gonna burn his finger off.
Just
before he
fight
does that.
Joey.
Okay, listen.
Wait, why are you lighting 3 more?
Because this is how.
No more.
This is how we're
You can't. I
we're
mean, you might
starting,
have
we're
one, but
setting
that's-
up. Okay.
You couldn't count.
Joey.
That look like 3 to me.
Okay, so I'm now going to introduce the module I have prepared for you.
Weak.
Okay,
Your mother.
that you have prepared for me.
No, for all 3 of us.
Oh.
For all 3 of you. Okay. Listen. This is the story that you're going to create your actual characters off of. Okay, and the equipment you
I
have.
created you.
No.
What?
Wait a minute.
Get it up your dad!
Okay, listen. Our story starts off in a small, almost not quite backwoods town.
I'm just playing
Those-
my character.
Not much goes on there.
Yeah, drunk.
Gary,
That's me, I'm Irish.
Gary, Cletus, and Jamison
You couldn't think of my name.
are.
You didn't even have a last name. You suck.
You're touching my feet.
Hey, give me a serious for 1 second here.
Alright.
Play poisons.
Gary, Cletus, and Jamison are best friends. Okay.
Hey!
I mean, we are in real life too, so that helps.
They
Man.
work at the local retirement home, taking care of the old people.
Cletus don't work in no retirement home.
Shut up, you couldn't get a job anywhere else, you retard. They wouldn't even let you work at 7-Eleven. Because they were scared you were going to hand out free Slurpees for fun.
I
Listen,
probably would have done
so you all work at the local retirement home. Now this is where the actual
I
story
hate
of 10
old
Candles
people.
comes in.
Everybody freaking dies in the retirement home except for us 3.
Well, no, we're going to have dead too. We're going to get gummed to death by old people.
Gum to death.
Listen here. 3 months ago, the world went dark.
Bless you.
The scientists say,
Shut that thing right now.
not yet, not yet.
you said that dadgum.
3 months ago.
Dadgummit.
Hey, I'm trying to tell the module here.
No.
3 months ago,
You're playing with
I'm not gonna have none of
retards.
these shenanigans.
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 Bananigans.
Listen, okay?
Okay.
3 months
Your
ago,
mom.
the world went dark.
Your mom.
Okay? The scientists say
Your mom.
that the sun is still there.
Your mom.
What about stars?
We can't see anything, so it's as if a blanket
The sun
of.
is a star.
What about other stars?
We can't see anything, so obviously the sun. Oh.
What about
Don't bump the table, okay?
What about damn street lights?
Hey, I'm working on this, okay? I'm trying to tell you guys to shut up!
It's not
Does
working
fire
out
not
too well.
exist anymore?
Listen.
We don't like no fire around here.
Alright.
So
Okay,
it's as if a
apologize.
blanket has covered the earth.
Okay.
The scientists say the sun is still there,
Cozy.
and the earth is not cooling off. So we're still no.
Oh,
Turn it back on. But there is a dense, dark fog that has covered the entire planet.
I haven't got
All-
no fog machine.
All the satellites in our atmosphere have stopped working,
Please don't know what a satellite is.
and the
He
world.
couldn't tell you what the back of his hand looked like if you looked at it.
Hey, can you guys please shut up so I can tell the module, okay?
I'm sorry.
I'm having too much fun
So
already.
in the last 3 months, we have much less contact with with other countries and stuff.
With the
But
outside world.
civilization has pretty much recouped. Like we were able to continue on, and but the price of like paper money has pretty much gone out the window. Everything is traded in fuel. Keep that. Everything is traded in basically fuel at this point.
Jameson.
Everybody has stocked up on toilet paper.
Yeah.
And milk.
Everyone
and
is
bread
trading
and
in
beer.
food and fuel and stuff like that to keep the lights on.
Okay, yeah.
Recently,
I did.
some rumors have been started that people are disappearing.
Who's starting rumors? I'm angry. I'll fight ya. I'm drunk.
Exotic monkey.
And this is where we're going to start our story, where you 3 are on your way to the old person's home to start your shift. It's completely dark outside.
Why
We
are-
have...
Why are
Joey,
you
Joey, stop! Time!
Oh!
Joey's default
What?
is
You are equipped with a flashlight each.
This is proof that Fortnite's bad.
And you guys will be able to pick out equipment that you have here once we go on to the next section.
Water bomb.
Can I have a penis-seeking taser?
I mean, no. I'm going to not allow that.
Wait. What? A penis-seeking taser.
I mean,
That's mega gay.
that's some high quality stuff, and we don't have the electricity for that, okay?
I thought
So-
the world recouped.
Listen, but not like up to current
I was gonna
society.
say, we're
like,
working again at old people's home.
like so, like
You
they're
think
still
they just put them down and
like individually, towns and cities are going back to working in business, but we don't have the infrastructure like we did before. Like power grids are being overtaxed because all the electricity we're using, stuff like that. We're burning fossil fuels like crazy.
Sounds like today's world. Start.
The old person's home is one of the only places still in town that has power because they have all the generators for all of the the life support systems.
Why the frick are we keeping dead people alive?
You're about to yell.
They're not dead. They're old people. They're not dead.
You just said they're on life support
I think
systems.
I don't know.
I think in a post-apocalyptic.
But listen, so like
world, we
the
just
old
killed
person,
people.
the old
They have
person's
no-
home, the old person's home has all the generators.
Okay.
But
Like kids-
but we have used up all of the fossil fuel, all the gas in our town. We're running low. So
Oh, shit.
right now, people are going on expeditions
Did you say
to
it's
find
scary?
fuel and things like that to bring back to the old person's home, which isn't really an old person's
What
home
the-
anymore.
No.
It's more of a communal place for all the people in town to come to for
Sniffing
life.
Sharpies, you retard.
Okay,
No.
so now
Sure?
now with all of this information in your brain,
That's too much.
please, you can write down things about your character on this separate sheet of paper you have, the full-size sheet of paper. You can write down,
A quarter size.
Yeah.
Okay.
you can write down their physical appearance, some stuff about their history, what equipment they have on them, including the extra flashlight.
How many equipment?
I will say yes or no when you ask if you can have it.
Okay, so.
All right. Well, I have an M249
No.
saw.
This is a small backwoods town,
Okay, I
Well,
have like.
and none of you have weapons like guns. You can get guns later, but starting off, none of you
I
have
found
guns.
an M32 rotary grenade
Hey, listen.
launcher.
We can get this later. But
Wait.
listen. Hey, wait, nothing.
So we get the flashlight, right? We have to write that down.
Yeah, you have a flashlight, but first, and then you rate your equipment first, and then your appearance and stuff like
I
that.
wrote my appearance and then my.
Okay.
I'm just gonna put equipment label.
So what's the name of your call? We already have it down. What do you look like at a quick glance? And who or what are you like? What have you done in your past?
Wait, what I've done in my past?
Equipment that you have currently.
Like what I've done in my past, past.
Like so you're Irishman. Like how did you get to the small town basically? Like just so we have some history to go off of. Now light some more candles.
For what?
You can just do this.
No, don't touch it.
Yeah, don't be a pee-pee.
Hey, stop it! Get your finger out of there.
You're gonna end up taking
Okay.
away your resourcefulness there, bucko.
So what equipment do you have, Joey?
Nothing yet.
Okay, just so everyone has a flashlight, and you can ask what equipment you can have. You can have basic things right now, like pocket knives.
Quarter.
You can have a quarter.
Okay,
if you want to write down, you can have a quarter.
Can I have a multi-tool?
You can have a multi-tool.
I'm talking like one of those like Swiss Army knife multi-tools. That
You
all
can
that
have a
stuff.
Swiss Army knife multi-tool. I
That
will allow
literally has a blender attachment.
He does not have a blender attachment.
It has a Glock.
It does not have a
You
Glock.
just go.
It is a basic.
Bang, bang.
It is a basic Swiss Army knife multi-tool.
Little did you know, Jamison was a gangster, and I turned my gat sideways.
My
No.
God.
I turned my gat sideways.
The gat.
The bat with the gat.
Yeah. Have you heard that?
advertising.
It's rainiest. I wish I would. It's gonna shoot this shit.
Okay. Oh, this Glock? No, it didn't.
Okay,
that's good.
what does Cletus have?
What no Cletus have?
Well, I got my pitchfork.
Maybe.
I can't fit that in my pocket.
You can't try hard enough.
No, this is things like you have on your person. Maybe you guys have a backpack.
Why would Cletus have a backpack?
And I keep my folding high point 40
Oh,
cal.
Oh yeah, you're an Irishman. You probably have like tall boots and you're a redhead, so you have like a knife in your boot or something like that. I would allow that.
Could it be like a big split?
Duffel bag.
I'm talking.
No, you don't have a duffel bag. You have a backpack.
When I say
Listen,
I'm
and
talking
listen.
like
You're on your way
trench
to go
knife.
work
Yeah.
at the old person's home, which is currently working as like a town hall because the only one of the only places that still has power.
You know what? I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm a ginger Irish male, bulky / muscly, 5'11".
Okay.
I'm gonna make myself 6 foot.
Okay.
I'm carrying a flashlight and a Swiss Army knife.
Okay.
And that's all.
This
Okay.
should not be like a
All right.
police profile.
I'm packing light, okay?
Okay.
I'm trying to outrun you people
Most of our
in that
items we're gonna
situation.
find along the way anyway.
See, exactly.
Alright.
And I came to a small town in the U.S. for simplicity's sake.
So actually, I need to write this down.
Came to the
So-
wrong place.
Evidently.
So
Well,
so-
apparently
so
the whole world was the
Gary,
wrong place.
And then we
You
have-
Gary Busey?
we have
What?
Jamison,
You Gary Busey?
No, I'm just scary.
Gary Busey.
and we have
Just
Cletus.
scary.
You just can use your normal voice because you're lame.
Sure.
Oh, you're boring.
Everyone has a flashlight.
I could do
Everyone has a flashlight. So what did you have? You had a Swiss Army knife. Yeah.
Patrick from like blah 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 blah.
So Jake, you had a Swiss Army knife and what? A Swiss Army knife and the flashlight, right?
Yes, sir. I pack
Okay.
light so I can outrun you people.
Joey, what do you
in a
got?
bad situation.
Hold on.
Jake, what do you got?
Flashlight and a backpack so far.
What happened to the other? Okay, yeah. So you have, yeah. So Gary's gonna have a backpack. Okay.
Along the way, we find a rail-mounted rotary Gatling gun.
Listen. Okay, so
a rail-mounted military-grade laser gun.
listen to me for 1 second.
Just
They
say a
exist.
railgun.
No,
That would
a
be
laser
acceptable.
Gun, laser guns actually.
That would be
exist.
acceptable in D&D. Okay. Now, because everyone
It's
dies,
D&D. It's not
because
futuristic.
everyone dies in this story.
Oh.
Because everyone dies in the story, it's your turn to create the story. Don't always do things that are going to help you crazily, okay? Do things that are going to help us tell a good story. Because the purpose of this is to tell a good story. So giving yourself a laser cannon is not going to be a good story because you're just going to kill everyone.
Gary
That's the point.
ran away from home, and so he sang a sad
So
song.
you have a backpack and what?
Gary, I know I was wrong. I messed up, and now you're gone.
What are we saying? Gary, what do you got? What do you got? Is it a backpack?
A
Depression.
flashlight and a backpack.
Okay, what's in the backpack? You're just carrying an empty backpack?
Pair of socks.
Batteries.
Batteries.
Pair of socks.
I was literally thinking that. Okay,
I got a pair of socks.
so I have a
You boys got
pocket
socks? I
knife
got socks.
Underboxers.
and 2 handfuls of hay.
2 handfuls of hay.
Yeah, and stuffed in my pockets.
Okay.
Stuff in my pocket.
So-
Don't worry.
I
It's
put it
useful.
right in my butt.
What? Wait a minute.
Okay, so
I also have a meth pipe. No, I'm kidding. I don't.
I have a
You put that in your
backpack.
butt?
No!
I have a
That's
backpack
gay!
With a flashlight and batteries and a knife.
It's not
Okay,
gay.
so-
That's
so-
how you hide
So,
it from the
so
police.
everyone has a knife. Everyone has a knife. Everyone has a flashlight. Gary
I have
has
a
batteries in a
special
backpack.
knife.
You have a Swiss Army knife, and you have 2 handfuls of hay.
How are we
Yes.
gonna use that in our adventure?
You never know.
Fire. No.
You could kindling.
Yeah, you guys need to start a fire.
What do you?
Whoa!
I may or may not have been thinking that. You know.
Okay. So now,
I assume you weren't.
Ah.
now we have.
Ow.
You're retarded.
My ear. Ah.
Ow, stop.
It's
Listen.
ringing now.
Now we have. This is where it's going to get getting difficult. We have to plan moments.
Wait, can I my appearance?
Oh yeah. What's your appearance?
So I weigh 200 pounds because I'm strong. I'm 20 years old. I have overalls. I wear a denim cap,
Okay.
worn work boots, big nose, and ugly teeth.
I'm
ugly
143.
No.
And then I lived in this town previously. I lived in seclusion with my parents, and then
I wanna
father
be-
and mother
I wanna be
disappeared when
18.
world went dark.
I want to be 18.
So
I
your,
just
so your
came
father
from
and
the
mother
States.
disappeared when the
No,
world went
22
dark.
is what I drink.
That's a good backstory.
Backstory!
I can use that.
I will sneeze on you and give
Okay,
you a
Jake,
corona.
what's your backstory? How did you get into this town?
I don't know.
I haven't even gotten that far yet.
Think about it.
Oh, yes, touch
We're
me.
we're allowed to take time here to figure this out. What is your backstory?
Well, I don't want to take too much time because the candles.
They burn for 3 hours.
Oh, okay, never mind.
We better hurry up then. This is like a half hour already.
No. All right. So what's your backstory? Listen. So whoever's thinking of
All right.
backstories is thinking of backstories. It's just a couple sentences. All you need.
I was kicking it in Ireland, right?
Okay.
Drinking, getting in bar fights, and then the police were like, "Hey, bruv,
Bro,
can't be doing that."
That's Britain. That's Britain.
Don't
Okay.
you ever say bro again.
They're like,
You're not morgues.
so I was like, you know what? Forget y'all. I'm moving to the States.
Okay.
I'm 22 years old. I'm labeling it.
And he's talking like he's black.
And my first job was at this home for the old elderly, and I met my best friends there.
Okay. That's
Cletus! I don't know why I became friends with a redneck retard.
Okay.
He's
retarded. Okay, now I will explain modules
Shut up,
while
Gary.
Jake is thinking of his backstory, okay?
Shut up, Jamison.
Oh, moments.
Shut
Okay.
your mouth, Gary.
So a moment is going to be...
It's a brief period of time.
I'm an
Yes.
American. I should own like a
You're
shotgun
now
or
going to
something.
have to write
Don't back
a
down.
hope
I got
card,
air
okay?
A hope
So
card?
to take another
Here comes
note card,
tomorrow.
take another note card and on one side write, I find hope when... ...
I find
Do we have to write down what we find hope in?
I find
That
hope
is
in the
like-
love of my companions.
So, I find hope
Please
when,
don't.
and then ... And we will know, this is one card everyone's allowed to know, but the last card, the break card, only certain people are going to know what each other's break cards are, so be careful with that, okay?
Okay.
So, then what you're going to write on the other side is something that you want to happen, okay? So you can say, I find hope when we find weapons.
I'm saying
I find-
resources.
I find hope when we get resources. I find hope
The resources
when
one's mine.
we
Supposed to do that
narrowly
on that.
escape death. I find hope when
Oh.
we reconnect our party. Whatever we want to do that, okay?
Yeah, I got it.
So you have to. What would you write, Cletus?
I find hope when I find my parents.
When you find, well, not say when you find your. Guess, do they have to be alive or dead?
What would you
Alive because Cletus is retarded.
Okay,
He
so
needs
listen.
his mommy and dad.
Okay,
That's why you
so
have to be your
that's-
best friends. That's why we adopted him.
So that is too
Specific.
specific. So right.
Frick!
I don't know. So
Retard.
So right, I find hope when I learn about my parents.
Did I
Something
write
like
it
that.
on the wrong side?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
I normally you'd put it on the other side,
Big
but
chill.
it's just to help us.
I'm big chillin'.
So Cletus finds hope when he learns about his parents. What is
When
the-
I discover what happened to my parents.
Okay, yeah.
They got raped by the cloud.
The cloud,
The fog.
the fog. Okay, because the cloud's like data sharing.
They got raped by Apple.
Okay, so Jamison, what is your hope card? When do you find hope?
I find hope when we find resources.
Resources. Okay, so
Resources.
what do you got for a backstory, Jake?
Why are you one step behind us all the time?
He's thinking and it's okay.
That's too much.
Why are you lighting more candles, dog? That's scary.
We're almost to the start of the game.
Don't touch me there.
Hey.
He's gonna light all 10 of them, and all of a sudden you're gonna hear a loud boom outside, and the lights are gonna go out.
And then the door locks, and then we're all stuck in here, and the mic just cuts off.
Zithura.
I'm scared.
Okay.
Jumangi.
What do you have for a backstory? In a
Jumanji.
couple words.
Jew-
Like you lived here your whole life or something like that.
Jewish people.
You know what a Jewish piano
Lived
is?
here my whole life.
What?
Okay,
You
write it
know what
down.
a Jewish piano is?
So write that down on another card. So when do you
cash
find
register.
hope?
Oh, yeah, I've heard that. They're also called Chicago typewriters. No, that's a Tommy gun. I'm retarded.
Chicago typewriter. Okay.
Dude, if you don't stop talking, I'm gonna commit more war atrocities in the Japanese in World War II. I couldn't get that out. of the
Wait
city
a
right
second.
To my wrist.
I don't care what happened to your wrist.
now.
Die.
If I close my
Okay?
hand, it crunches. I don't want to hear it.
Jacob, when do you find hope? Something super general.
Oh my goodness!
And then I'll explain what the hope card does.
Ow.
Yeah, it does that every time I close my hand.
Wait.
Hey, I'll explain what the hope card does now. So everyone pay
That's just your
attention.
muscles contracting. That's my wrist.
No.
Stop cracking your knuckles. Stop it.
I'm gonna
Listen
crack
to me.
your teeth. You go, shut up, Anthony.
Let me explain what the hope card does.
Alright.
Ow! What?
Okay, so the hope card. When the hope card is on the top of your stack of cards, now I'll explain how it gets there in a second.
Your mother.
It is active, okay?
When
And-
it gets to the top of your cards.
So listen, I'll explain that in a second. So
When
when
else is active?
the hope card is on
Mom.
top.
Sexually.
Hey, stop. We're being a little bit gay here.
I
That's-
said your mom's sexually active. How's
We're
that
being-
gay?
That's gay. Okay. Shut up.
Whoa, hold on a second.
Listen to me. PG here. This is recorded.
Hi, Anthony's mom.
Okay.
See you later.
So, when you have the hope card, if we come across a point in the story when we do the thing on your hope card, if you make a reason for me to give you a roll, so like we find out about your parents, and then I will make you roll for something like searching a drawer or going over something. I don't know. Like, we'll figure it out then.
A clickbait title. I found out what happened to my parents. Bro.
Listen.
Oh,
Then I will give you a special dice that's just for you. Called your hope die. Okay? You can roll it, and if it's a successful roll with more than 1 6, or at least 1 6.
Okay, I know this is like really heavy, but can I change my thing from angry to suicidal? That's like way better for storytelling.
Well, you can put that as your brink.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Oh my gosh, shut up! You're not supposed to say what brinks are. But
Oh, I'm sorry. I apologize.
and
I'm not ready.
okay, so yeah, so,
right now. I'm
so
sad.
listen, we can what you can do is you can burn your hope card. Okay? So when your moment happens, if your hope card is on top, listen, we can. You're too tired. You're too tired. We haven't even started the game yet. It's been an hour. Okay, listen.
Is it really?
Close to it. Listen to me.
God.
Listen to me.
I'm
You
sorry.
can choose to
I'm sorry.
burn. You can choose to burn the hope card, and then I will give you a hope die. And if you get a successful roll,
The hope diamond.
if you get a successful roll and your hope die wins on a 5 or a 6, you get to keep that as your special die for the rest of the game.
Oh.
If it fails, you lose your hope
Oh, that's sad.
and you go straight to your brink.
Oh.
And if you lose
What's
your
a
brink, we'll explain
This-
brinks next.
Yeah, it's like
If you lose your brink, you succumb to your brink and you do whatever bad thing is written on the brink, such as becoming suicidal in Jacob's case. And then
I'm sorry that you.
if you lose your brink, if you lose your
Clarify,
brink,
I'm Jake. You're Jacob.
yeah. Speak so they know who you are.
What's good?
Okay. If you lose your brink,
No, I'm Jamison. Yeah.
then you
Listen,
go basically insane,
What if it's
and
slippery stab?
and you can't roll anymore. Once you lose your brink, you're not allowed to roll dice,
Okay.
and I just narrate your trip into insanity, and then death. Okay.
That's whack. but
So-
alright.
We've completed. Have we completed
Everybody's
moment
about
cards?
to be on some heavy stuff after
Okay.
this
Have you
game's
completed?
over.
What's your moment
Shoes.
card?
Whack. His style.
Yeah. So
Whack.
I find hope when.
I find hope when we regain
Music
resources.
Okay.
Whack.
That's
Me,
very
I
close to
got
him.
swag.
Find something a little different. Yes, that's copy strike.
Shut your
So you say
can't
find something
remember
that's a
where
little
that's
different. How about
Where's
something
it
like
from?
when we
I don't
reach
know.
I find hope when we
Street.
regain
when we reach a goal.
His hair. Whack.
Alright.
His
Okay.
shoes. Whack.
Okay, now this is where it's gonna get a little whack.
On his toast?
Whack.
Okay, this is where we need to start getting serious now. Okay, we're start getting into character.
Okay.
Okay, so everyone take another note card, including myself.
Okay.
You're going to take this note card, and you're going to write something on it. Wait, you're not going to write it for yourself.
Wait.
You're not going to write it for yourself. You're going to write it for the person on your left, and do not let anyone else know what it says. Okay. So I'm going to write a brink
For Jake.
for Jake. Okay, but it's not a regular brink. It's not like a regular brink. It is something that they as the unknown creatures that we're fighting against know about the party, and Jacob knows they know, and no one else does. Okay.
Oh,
Jake-
so you're an inside man.
Yeah.
You're
You are going to write a brink for him. So whenever he gets from his hope to his brink, if he loses his brink, he succumbs to that brink and does whatever was on that card. It goes into insanity, becomes murderous, becomes suicidal. Okay? You are going to write one for Joey the exact same way. But Joey, you are going to write one for
Wait,
them.
Are you allowed to know what it is?
For who?
No.
Because I don't know if this is a good one.
No, you have to, at your own discretion, give it to him. Once you
It
write
will make up a good story. It leaves
Okay.
an open space.
What are you gonna do to me?
Listen,
Alright.
you have to make
You
one for them.
almost
So you
blow out,
have
like,
to
the
make
Who's them?
candles.
That would be bad.
the creatures
Oh.
you're fighting.
Okay.
You have to make a very, very, very general trait of them
Kill me.
that throws a monkey wrench in the story of mine. So
Why
I
does it
have
has
to
a
improv
monkey
it.
wrench?
So I'm gonna write
There's
something
different
that
kinds of
they
wrenches.
know about the party and give it to Jake, and he will know it.
There's pipe wrenches.
And you will know a trait about
socket
them
wrenches.
that I would have to tell a story
Allen
about.
wrenches.
Listen, it has to be vague. It has to be vague.
It is very okay. Can I tell you?
You only I can know. You have to write it down and give it to me. So
All right. Well, let me.
Well, I
I'll
wrote mine
ask.
down-
I'll write it down. And
listen,
then
listen.
You just tell me yes or no.
I wrote mine down for Joey.
Okay, so what you're gonna write on top is you're gonna write I see you. Okay? Joey, you're gonna write I see them, and I'm gonna write they see you.
Wait, I should write I see you?
That's very good because that's already where I was going.
Oh.
And that's basically the whole premise
Wait,
of 10 Candles.
I should write
Wait,
I should write I see you.
Yeah, so you write I see you. Jake,
Okay.
you write I see you. Joey, you write I see them. And I write they
Oh
see
my
you.
gosh.
What?
Okay, so I see them. So what if I can see them because something happened to my parents?
Storytelling.
Storytelling.
Hey, you can write that, but don't say any more about what you're going to write.
Alright, should I
Okay.
should I give it to Joey now?
So
Wait,
I
wait
turn
for
it
it.
over. I turn it over.
So you write I see them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm scared for what you have for me. I think you're supposed to write the thing on the other side.
They see you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
You should write small.
Okay, now do what we write on the back.
right, whatever. So you write write I see them.
Yeah,
So-
you write the vague thing. You have that weird vague thing you're supposed to
Yeah.
write.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I don't
This is
want-
about to be a lit story.
Bro, this
Starting to make
is
something
chilly
really
up
dark.
here.
It's hot.
Maybe I'm just getting creeped.
It is creepy.
This is a creepy game.
Okay, is everyone ready to pass their card to the left?
I very
Yeah.
much am.
I'm trying to think of something dark.
Thanks, buddy.
So, Joey has one for them. I have one that they know. Jake will have a normal one, and Jake will have a normal one. Okay.
Jake squared.
This way, so this way, when you embrace your brink, you have to do this thing and incorporate it into the story.
Cool.
Now listen, you can propose your brink and re-roll your entire dice pool. If you get a 6, you do not succumb to your brink, and you can and you keep your brink, and you can do this once per. You can do this once.
What's the dice for?
It's like for rolls to see if you accomplish something, and if you don't, he gets to die, and he gets to like see if something
Yeah.
bad happens to you.
I
So
would-
like you can use the chance of that. So like
yeah. So how?
These
So
are
by
if it was
failing,
highly likely, if
if you
it's like
fail,
a 3 over.
if you fail a roll,
He's essentially
I
These
tell
are
you when
luck.
to roll for things. Okay.
yeah.
If you
It's
fail
at
a
his
roll,
discretion.
you can burn a trait to re-roll all of the dice that have 1s on them. Okay.
But if you get
I
one-
keep all the dice with 1s on them.
yeah.
So you have less dice and less dice and less
So
dice.
don't get ones, and if
Okay.
you lose all your dice, then you have no.
you can
decision-making
burn.
skill.
You can burn 1 trait per chapter. There's 10 chapters. The new chapter is at the end of every candle going out. You only have 4 traits, but you can burn your brink you can use your brink as many times as you want. But if you don't roll any 6, when you propose your brink, you can roll all of your dice, and you get to keep it if you get a 6. If you get no 6s, you burn your brink, and you get to sit back and listen to the end of the story. Basically,
Okay.
you still get to talk and say what's going on, but I will take most of your narration. So you can say, I go this place, I do that
I
place.
swear to God, I will
Okay.
say the N-word.
Okay, so is everyone ready to pass over now?
Yes.
Jake, you ready? One or two words. 1 or 2 words.
Yeah, don't make it too long.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm ready. I'm
6
ready.
words.
Promotion.
Most are like-
Promotion.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Ready?
Spaghetti. Your mom.
Okay, everyone pass to the left and don't show it. So, this is what, Jacob, this is what they know about the party.
Well, don't show the back of it.
Okay.
Don't show the back of
What do
it.
you mean?
He's like, oh, okay. It flips it up for everybody to see.
see. Anthony's about to ruin the game. He prepared day.
Do we want to write the thing you wrote on your thing about since your parents died, you can,
What?
since your parents died, you can see them? Do you want to incorporate that? No, we'll see that.
Well, where could I
So-
put that at?
I was gonna pick up on that. Stop it.
Where could I put that at?
We'll just have that as maybe a story thing later.
Okay.
So now, what you're gonna put your brink down, okay? Put your brink
That
down.
sounds like
Listen.
a how to basic thing.
You put your brink down.
We can't know this yet, right?
Yeah, no. So basically, the person who writes it knows it, and the person who has it knows it.
He ruined my story. I'm calling it right now.
You're allowed to know it.
No, you're not.
Yes, you are.
can know it.
You
Yeah,
can
yeah,
I
you
can
can
see
know
what's
it.
written on
Yeah.
this card.
Yeah,
You're
you
allowed
and
to.
him know what's on that card.
Yeah.
You and me would know what's on this card, and me and him know
You
what's on
ruined my
this
story.
card.
I'm kidding.
Okay, so listen.
I'm joking.
Now we have to arrange stacks, okay? You can put those cards, good trait, bad trait, and hope trait, in any order you want, but only one of you can have your hope trait on the top, okay? And you have to burn them in order that they're stacked.
Alright, so I think who has the best hope trait? What's your hope trait?
I find hope when we accomplish our goals.
That's just a really good one because that's very general.
Okay? And he get an extra hope die for the turn.
Yeah, I think you should have yours on top. Honestly,
Okay.
I'm gonna toss mine third. No, I'm gonna toss mine second.
Okay?
I'm gonna
put this here.
I'm gonna put my bad trait.
So my hope trait goes on the top,
My bad trait's gonna go on
and
top,
then the
so I
other
get
two
it out of
can
the way.
just be.
Yeah, your break has to go to the very bottom, the other two doesn't matter what order they're in. You have to decide.
Alright, yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Here we are. I am.
I have extra paper
so
and stuff there.
what's this blank card for?
Okay, so does anyone have an extra card?
I have two.
I have
give
an
them it.
extra card.
Yeah, I was
We
gonna say,
didn't need them.
I have this extra
But
one.
if you want to keep one to write stuff on, you can.
Oh no, I'll pass. I'm not even gonna write stuff down. I have a good one.
Okay.
Bless you.
I didn't even sneeze.
Here's a dice. We'll sit right there for now.
Bless my friends.
Huh?
I can't just bless my friends.
Okay.
Bless you, brother.
Thank
Are we ready?
Oh, that was loud.
You are now starting a game of
Well,
10
that was
candles.
loud.
Shut the light off.
Once the light goes
I would
off,
like to pray before we.
That's actually
Do this
not.
cult.
Yeah.
listen.
We're praying.
You wanna pray?
Sit down.
Pray about what?
We're praying.
Okay,
We
we're
don't need
playing.
to pray. We're fine. It's
We're-
a game.
we're friends
We're
in
okay.
Christ.
Once I turn this light off,
Characters.
and once we light that last candle,
Characters.
I will start the story,
Alright.
okay? And then we will start the game.
Okay.
Does everyone understand?
Okay. Yeah.
Light goes off.
I gotta poop.
Okay, see, once this last candle starts, once this last candle lights, become serious.
Stay in your character.
Alright.
If you go out of character,
Yes,
a candle
okay.
goes out.
Ooh, okay, yeah. Let's stay.
I'll allow some giggling and laughing and stuff because it might get silly at times, but going out of character.
Can I change my accent?
This is
You can do whatever
really
you want.
freaky.
I'm
Like,
gonna
this
do
put
my
me on
normal
edge.
one.
Okay, yeah.
I'm
So
not
just
gonna
get
lie. This is putting
Stop
me
breathing on the
This
candles.
is putting me on edge.
Is everyone ready?
Pull me.
Relax.
Is everyone ready?
Yes.
Yes. I'm just gonna do my normal voice rather than.
You're using matches.
Shh.
Okay.
Kind of scared. He's got matches.
I have to pee.
Before we start, I will now pass around an audio recorder. I will pass around
Why are
this
you like this?
phone. Please record your name and your history, and maybe express some of your fears about the new world in the dark. We'll start with Joey, and we'll go around.
I'm just scared.
Are you ready?
Never do accent.
My name Cletus Beeble. I'm 20 years old. My parents disappeared when this world went dark. I'm kind of scared. I don't know what's going on. I just want this to be over with, and I want my parents back.
Go ahead.
That is all I have to say.
My name is Jamison McCartle. I am 22 years old from Ireland. I came to the United States looking for a simpler life away from all of my problems, and instead I have found the world essentially uninhabitable. And that's pretty much all I have to say. I would like to see my family again and get through this with my friends.
My name's Gary, and I've lived here pretty much my whole life. And my first job I met through two of my best friends.
20 years ago, Jamison is a young boy in Ireland. He grows up, not the greatest home life. And when he's old enough to leave, he moves to a small town in America. This small town doesn't really have a name worth mentioning. Just a small backwoods town with a old folks home that doubles as a sort of a town hall, a chapel, church, just everything in general. When he got to this small town, the only jobs available were at this sort of town hall, old folks home, and he started working there. And after a few weeks of working there, he found what would be his future best friends. Two people just slightly younger than him, Cletus, Beeble, and Gary. Over the course of their time working together, they became great friends and did everything together. But that was a long time ago. 2 months ago, the world went dark. The entire planet just lost the light of the sun. There is no moonlight, and artificial light, such as fire and flashlight, just seemed to not penetrate the darkness as good as normal darkness. It almost seemed like the air was thicker. We lost all communications with satellites, other governments, things of the like of that nature, and the entire country went into disarray. And because of this, the government fell to pieces. Paper money was worthless, and everything is now traded in food and mostly fuel to keep generators running so we can keep the lights on. Recently, there's been rumors of some of the people on the outskirts of the town disappearing. No one knows where they've gone. They've just disappeared. So people have opted to keep lights on them at all times. And our story starts, Cletus, Jamison, and Gary are walking along the sidewalk towards the old folks' home.
Well, boys, it looks like it's rather a dark one today. Hardy, hard.
I just want to get this done and over with. I'm ready to go home already.
Let's just do what we need to do and get back.
You walk up on the porch of the old folks' home. You can't quite see the door because two of you have turned off your flashlights as you walk up on the porch. You open the door and you walk inside. It's bright inside. There's a few people in the front room poring over recent reports of all the resources in the town: food, water, electricity, fuel for the generators. And you go in to start your tasks, busying yourself taking care of the older people that are living there and some of the people that have recently gotten hurt, because the hospital is impossible to get to because it's too far away. So you've made our own little triage area, would you say, where they take care of people that have gotten hurt in the darkness.
Boys, the hospital, it's failing. It's not going well at all. We have all these little makeshift machines and all these people not knowing what they're doing. No one's a doctor. No one actually knows what's going on. No one knows how to help these people. We need to find somebody or fix this problem.
Not to mention all the people who were actually injured. I mean, look at all them over there. There are tons of them, and there's nothing we can do.
I don't know how you expect us to figure out how we're gonna solve this, how we're gonna find somebody more educated in helping these people when we can't even go outside without any issues.
Jonathan walks into the room. Hello, you three. We're glad you're here. We will need your help today to completely watch over the entire building because we're taking an expedition out to find more fuel. If you haven't noticed, most of the lights in the building are turned off because we are almost out of fuel to power these old generators. I'm taking a group of people, and we're going to go and we're going to look for fuel. We have to go quite far this time. We have to go out of the town because we've looted all of the gas stations in town, and everyone who has fuel has donated it. And we'll need you three to take care of the shop, unless you would like to come with, because we do need more people. It's up to you guys what to do. Like we need you guys to be doing something today, and we're glad you're here, because some people just stop coming in altogether. I don't know what happened to them. They just stopped coming to work. So we need people to help work, and some people need to come and help us look for fuel. What would you guys like to do? Would you guys like to stay here and help, or would you like to come help us get fuel?
I feel like we should go and help them with the fuel. Help us get out of this little area that we've been in for so long.
But if there isn't enough people to help the hospital,
Yeah, if
then
we
people
don't-
could die. But if we don't get the fuel, people could also die because we might run out of energy.
Well, they may die anyways because of all the lights that are going to go off.
You can split up.
I propose that the smartest of us stays at the hospital, i.e. Gary, and the two more strapping people tend to the fuel recovery.
Okay.
That'd be alright with me. I can monitor the amount of energy we're using and how much we have left.
Well, I won't do anything to defend myself there. I mean, it goes without saying. So I think I'm just going to go to the gas station.
Jonathan takes Cletus and Jamison, and Gary is left standing alone in the room. He walks over to where some of the patients are, and he looks down at an old woman who looks like she's broken her leg, falling in the darkness. You talk to this old woman. Sonny, how are you doing today?
Things are pretty tough right now.
Oh, it'll get better. It'll get better. Don't worry, I broke my leg. I'm still alive.
You ain't walking though.
Why are you laughing? You think it's funny I'm laying on this stretcher? You think it's funny? You think it's funny I broke my leg? I broke my pancreas too, man.
I wonder how Gary's doing back at the nursing home.
He's probably
Gary,
getting
Gary, young Gary, you mocking me, Gary? I love you, man.
No, I'm not mocking you, okay? I'm sorry. It's just I'm nervous, I'm panicking. I'm left here alone to do all this stuff and I don't know what to do.
Go get some medicine or something. Let me alone. Oh, get out of here. You expect me to take some aspirin? Go away. I don't want you in my bed. You're just being rude. You're making fun of my broke pancreas.
You aspirin in your food.
I don't want some aspirin. You got some aspirin for me, man?
Give you like 5.
5 aspirin? Oh, Lord. I like me some aspirin. Can I have that? Can I have that?
No, you can't have that.
Roll for me. Roll for me, Jacob. Roll us 10 dice. Roll a 10 dice.
Wait,
Jacob.
so does that... Okay, real quick. Does that mean that if he rolls high, he doesn't give her the aspirin?
No, so then something good happens
Fine.
in their average.
Oh.
Roll the dice.
Jay.
What do you got in there?
5, 3, 2, 3, 4,
Oh!
2, 3, 1, 1,
Oh
4!
my gosh! Oh my gosh!
I'm sorry, you guys,
He like takes out a knife and stabs her.
No, listen here. You have no 6s. You know what that means? That if you don't burn a trait, a candle goes out already.
What do you guys think? I don't have one though.
we're going.
No, you can't even burn your trait. You just have your hope on top.
Oh shit!
I take these 2 1s.
Oh, I was gonna ask if I.
These are mine.
I'm gonna cry.
This is not. This is supposed to go.
We can't do anything because we're gone.
Yeah, they're gone. Okay, now, okay.
Why did you leave me in charge of this?
So let me roll these 2 dice.
You just tried to deny me.
I have a 6. I roll the 2 dice you just gave me from rolling once. I roll a 6. I have narrative control.
Oh shoot!
He's gonna kill the old woman. You had no. It's down, old lady.
Sonny, you're not gonna give me that aspirin.
No, you're not getting aspirin.
You're not gonna give me.
You can't even do anything. You're laying in bed.
The old lady.
This is like,
The old lady pulls out a butter knife.
So fast.
The old lady pulls out a butter knife.
Why are you keeping a butter knife?
Don't worry, inside the broken leg.
The butter knife has been sharpened as if rubbed against the side of the bedpost.
Oh my shit.
In a flash of an eye. In a flash of an eye.
If you die,
You are not expecting it. She stabs at you. You jerk away. Just in time. She slashes the top of your arm.
It's like a movie.
You start bleeding out on the floor. You stumble away from her. You stumble away from her and trip. Your arm is bleeding.
Bleeding out. Holy crap.
It might
This is a
have.
little like
He could have gotten a vein, like a vein. That's
Oh
how.
my god.
She cuts you right in the bicep, and your arm is bleeding.
Oh. What are you doing?
And a candle goes out.
I went about this all wrong.
Jonathan
This is going horrible.
Jonathan comes running back in the room. What is going on in here?
The old woman stabbed me.
Alright, come here. Oh, you're bleeding pretty good. Come here. Becky! Yeah! Becky, come here. She stabbed someone else.
I always thought she was a Bernice.
She just always has a shiv. She keeps a,
Becky enters the room.
she keeps a strap on.
What's going on? This old lady stabbed another one. I don't know what to do with her.
Another one?
Becky takes the knife from the old woman. Give me your aspirin! I want some aspirin! He said you're gonna give me some aspirin.
No, I didn't.
No, Becky says, no, you can't have any aspirin. Shut up. Okay?
She's just as nice.
Son of a old hag.
Jonathan.
You stabbed the
Alright,
poor
come
guy.
here. Alright, come here. He wraps up your arm. Your arm is now hurt,
Oh.
but you're not bleeding out anymore.
Okay, good.
And now, you get 1 die back. I get to keep this die.
She cuts her arm off.
This is not how it's supposed to go. You now more cautiously go about your duties, taking care of the old person's home.
This is what you get for leaving a sarcastic person behind. You see what you did?
Did you even use any sarcasm in that situation? You just got shagged by an old lady.
There's a lot of sarcasm.
We now will turn our story. Over to Gary and Jamison.
You met Cletus and Jamison.
My name Cletus, not Gary.
Cletus and Jamison.
Oh.
For some reason, you walk outside with you leave Gary and you walk outside with Jonathan.
Mhm.
There is a truck there. And what little fuel is left, they are putting into the truck.
No, it's a truck.
I hate you.
Suddenly, you hear something. You hear a cry out. Sounds like Gary. Jonathan takes off. Back inside.
But Jonathan was just.
And now, we went back in time a little bit.
Okay.
He went inside, that's when he goes inside and we had that little scene.
Okay.
Okay? You two are now standing beside the truck, and there's a man filling up the truck with what little fuel is left. Please continue the story.
What are you doing, mate, with the fuel? We don't have very much. You think it's... Couldn't we just hoof it? You think we need the truck?
Do you know how far we have to go?
Not in the slightest, but...
We have to go at least a couple towns over, and it's going to be like a hour drive And if we had to walk and carry fuel back, we wouldn't make it back before we ran out of fuel.
Yeah, but this truck, like, how much gas is it going to take up? And how much gas are you putting in it? We might not even make it to the town's over. We might not even make it back.
I thought
So,
Cletus was done.
What are you proposing? What are you proposing? What should we do instead then to drive this truck?
I mean, we could probably drive the truck, but just not as long a distance as you.
Don't
as
fill
you
it up
wanna
all the
go.
way. Put some of the fuel in there, but not all of it, in case we need to ration it. Just in case we need some extra.
So what are you going to do when we run out of fuel in this truck and get stuck out in the darkness?
Use the rest of the fuel.
I don't think we should go as far.
We have to go that far. We've got all the fuel out of this town. It's been 2 months. We've had to run off these old generators.
Well, you said a couple towns over. We don't have to go.
We've traded all the fuel out of anywhere close. We could try over at the next town.
I propose we do. I propose
We'll
we try.
go over
What
to
if-
just the next
what
one
if
town over.
What if they don't have any fuel and we come back?
Then we have to come back. That's how it is. Jonathan comes back out. Jonathan, so sorry about that. Gary got his arm hurt.
What happened to Gary?
That old woman stabbed him.
Can't we just kill
She
these old
keeps
people?
stabbing
No, we can't just kill her.
We need to put the old lady down.
She-
She keeps stabbing people.
They're old people. They're gonna die.
They're
anyway.
useless. We don't need them.
Well,
Now all these old people, all they're doing is just bringing us more and more irritation and stress.
I propose executions.
Because we have to take care of these people.
We're using.
we'll decide all this when we get back. We will decide this when we get back. Right now, Bob over there is filling up the truck. You done filling up the truck, Bob? Yeah, almost done. These kids say we shouldn't use all the fuel.
I never said that we shouldn't use all the fuel. I'm just saying maybe
They're
we shouldn't.
saying we go over next town and not when we know there's fuel.
I'm saying maybe we just shouldn't travel this far. That's all.
Well, you guys are a half of our party right now going out to get fuel. So if you think we should try to go to just the next town, you've been here long enough, I will trust your judgment.
What should we do?
Well,
Jamison.
I propose we do check the next town, and if we need go further, we do.
I guess that sounds like all right to me. I just don't want to get stranded out there in the dark. Do we have enough batteries for our flashlights?
There's lights in the truck, and you two both have flashlights. Currently.
Not to mention we have our. I have my Swiss Army knife. Stab something in the eye.
The four of you, Bob, Jamison, and Jonathan, get into the truck. Bob loads the shotgun.
Well, why we need a shotgun?
You never know who we're gonna find out there. It could be people trying to steal our fuel. If we don't come back with this fuel, we're all dead.
Oh, for our battery situation, I propose Gary has batteries. Gary has
Oh,
batteries.
We do have lights in the truck. I think we'll be okay. These batteries shall last us quite some time.
Okay. Bob loads a shotgun. It's a pump shotgun with one barrel, and it holds 5 rounds. He loads one into the gun, and he hands the gun back and says, "Which one of you two want this?"
I propose me. He's not smart enough to handle a firearm.
My mama ain't never let me use gun.
Jamison now has a shotgun with 5 shells. It is loaded. Safety is on.
I shot Gary.
Careful what you say, because I will take it and put it into the story.
I'm not shooting Gary. I'm not shooting Gary.
From now on, careful with what your words are, because I will use them against you.
Okay, I'm not gonna shoot Gary. I'm sorry.
Bob starts the truck, and you drive off. You drive down the main street of the small town and out into the wilderness. You're driving for quite some time, and The darkness outside the truck seems to get thicker. The headlights aren't penetrating as far. It almost seems as if the darkness is coming inside.
Why is this happening? Why does it look like things are getting darker?
Oh!
I can't even see the dashboard.
Oh!
What was that?
What was that?
Oh, sorry guys, Bob yells. We just ran something over in the road. Maybe it was a deer or something. I couldn't see it in this dark.
Maybe you should drive a little slower then.
I'm gonna stop, pull over and see what it was.
I propose.
I don't think we should
not
stop. I
no.
think it's okay.
With the
You know,
darkness getting thicker.
That could have been a deer. That could have been food.
It's fine. We'll find some more food.
If you're going to go out, at least take me with you. I have.
You don't want me to stop and see what we just ran over?
I
kind of look like a person.
No.
That could have been a kid.
If it's, I don't care. No, it's. I don't know what's out there, and this sitting here in this darkness, parked on the side of the road, is already making me nervous.
Yeah, you right. All them rumors about people disappearing and stuff.
I think we should just get out of here right now.
Okay, Bob starts up the truck and starts driving again. I hope that person thought, I hope it wasn't a person. I hope it was a deer. He starts driving.
Person.
Why would you say that? now you're making me feel bad that we didn't go back.
Bob yells back, we can turn around.
No, that's okay.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth, Cletus, you retard.
Why are you calling me a retard? This isn't funny. We're stuck out here in the darkness. We don't even know we just ran over.
I apologize.
I'm getting stressed. I'm sorry.
Alright.
Cletus says,
let's just continue on our way.
We're almost to the new town. Oh, you guys sit back, hold tight. We're going to keep driving for a bit. And we're going to go back to Gary.
Right.
Gary is going about his business, cleaning up the old folks' home, taking care of some of the older folks getting them moved around. He's having quite a bit of trouble with his hurt arm. He did get stabbed right in the bicep. The muscle is just aching. They don't have much things to patch him up. One of the nurses did sew him up where he got cut, so he's okay. When he's walking along the hallway, and he hears one of the crazy old guys in the room. He's been predicting the end of the world for years and convinced he was some sort of prophet or he was right this whole time. He's listening to a radio, desperately trying to get a signal to come over. No signal has ever come. And you don't think any signal will. You walk into the room to see what he's doing.
Sir, what are you doing? I don't quite understand why you're still trying to get that old thing to work.
I'm going to find the signal. There has to be something. This is not as okay as you think it is. Something else is coming. I know it. I can feel it. This is not as bad as it's going to get.
I didn't say this was the least.
All you kids think this is fine. We can just live in the darkness with all your fang-dangled technologies.
Now listen here, I did not even say that. Okay, I'll turn that radio right off. If you don't shut up.
Don't touch my radio.
Then don't backtalk.
You just got stabbed by that girl earlier. You know what happens when you argue with us old folks? Don't touch my radio.
And don't backtalk, you old man. Okay?
A voice comes over the radio.
There's no way that actually just happened. There's no way it actually works.
Hello. Can anyone hear this? My name is Captain John Brown. I am a experienced air flight pilot. There is stuff out there in the darkness. It is no longer just darkness anymore. There's creatures, and they are coming for us. Do not leave the light. In 3 hours, we will be leaving. We have an airplane that is the biggest airplane in this part of the country. It can seat 50 people, and we have it fueled up to fly for 19 hours. There has to be somewhere that it is safe. There has to be somewhere that it's not dark. We will wait for 3 hours, and we will take those who come. Come to the Greenberg Airport. And the transmission ends. I told you. I told you there'd be a radio broadcast. I told you there was people still out there.
Did you guys just hear that? What did it say on the radio?
You were not with them, Tard? What?
Okay. I'm
What
going
are the truck radio? What are there's a radio?
No, the old man has an emergency radio.
Yeah, shut up.
Oh, I thought it was just like a regular radio.
No.
Alright,
It's like
listen up. So, you expect this to be true. They have this huge airplane that can seat 50 people, and they're going to fly across the world or the country to some remote place where there's all light all the time and everything's going to be fine and dandy. But you won't believe that we have light here and we're going to be safe for now until the others get back with more things to power all the electricity.
That's right. I'm going.
How are you supposed to go if you...
I'm going to take a nap. You're going to turn out all the lights in my room so it can be quiet for me. I'm going to take a nap. And then I'm leaving. And I'm heading for that plane.
Okay, after what he just said, if it is true, there's no way that we're keeping the lights off. Especially if you want to get onto that plane. First of all, if you sleep, you're going to bed for like 3 days. Second of all, how do you expect that plane to fly if it's complete darkness all around?
Let them fang-dang electronics you kids have.
You don't think that's what we're using? What we've been using this entire time?
They can fly in the dark. They can do it in the regular. They could do it back then. They can do it now.
Then why can't we take a flashlight and go outside and be safe with no problem?
You can. Just be in the light. Didn't you hear what he said? Stay in the light. That's the only thing you gotta do. I'm gonna get this little flashlight I got here. It's got generator powered. I turn the handle on the side of my emergency radio, and it makes light, and I'll be safe.
So then if all the lights are turned off, and what this guy over the radio said is true, how do you expect to leave?
You mean in this room? My lights turned off?
Yes.
It's safe inside, right? I can't sleep with the lights on, man. I won't be able to be rested to leave. But we're inside these walls. They won't be able to get in here.
It's more dangerous than you think. You're telling me that it's more dangerous now. If you leave the lights off, no matter where we're at, and whatever this guy is saying is true, you're gonna die, and you're gonna put the rest of us in danger.
You're stupid. That's crazy talk.
You know what? On second thought, do it. Let all the
Yeah.
others
Get out of
die.
my room and turn off my light and let me be. And can you bring me some applesauce?
Get it yourself, you old man.
Applesauce. Get all you kids so mean. Get out of my room. I gotta go to sleep. I'm tired. I'm leaving. Get out of my room.
All right.
Out. Get out. Get out. Get out. Why are you standing there? Get out of my room.
Because you're being freaking annoying, you old
Then
hag.
leave.
About to kill you myself.
Just what? Don't you? Do you want to stab in the arm again, boy?
Stab you in your arm.
Get out of my room. Why are you being so mean about this? Just get out of my room.
Just say bye.
Fine, you won't.
You say like bye, I walk out. That's all you gotta do. To me. And I'll keep you on the story.
Alright, fine. Bye, you old bat.
Stab you, old man.
I walk out of the room and close the door after turning off all the lights.
You hear the old man get under his sheets. and you go back to your duties. And we go back to Jamison and Cletus. Bob says, "Do you guys care if I turn on the radio? It's just static, but it helps me calm my nerves."
I don't care. Any noise besides silence is fine with me.
You can turn on whatever you like. It's really quiet and creepy. Don't like the dark.
Bob turns on the radio.
Wait, are we sitting in the back of the truck?
Yes.
So like in the bed?
Yeah. No, like I'm thinking it's like let's explain. I'll explain the truck. Okay.
Okay.
It is it's a pickup truck. Okay.
Is it a 4-door pickup truck?
But it has a tonneau cover on the back, so it's like over. It's like a glass like dome. Where the bed's completely covered, and the back of the cab is cut out, and there's seats in the back, so they can put a lot of people. So it's like improvised like vehicle.
Improvised minivan.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Jonathan and Bob are sitting in the front seats, and you two are sitting in the back on the bed on those little seats.
Like at the very end of the bed.
Just in the bed on the
Yeah, just
sides.
under that. It's like an improvised minivan.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that. Oh, okay. I thought
Yeah.
there were seats like all the way back.
No, there's like a bench on either side, like one on
Yeah.
each wall.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Bob turns on the radio. You're driving. You drive for probably 10-20 minutes.
I really hope I hope we can get to somewhere soon because I'm getting really anxious.
I'm hoping wherever we go, it's lighter.
The static changes over the radio, and you hear a voice. The voice is telling you that there is things in the darkness. That it is no longer safe to not be in the light. And
See, Bob, I told you that we shouldn't have stopped because there could have been some back there. Whatever it was, I told you that we no stopping.
Who did I say the guy's name was?
Bob.
No,
Jonathan.
the pilot. Something Brown?
John Brown.
John Brown.
Lots of Johns.
Captain John.
You hear that Captain John Brown is taking the best plane from Greenville Airport, which is quite a distance away.
We could go back and get Gary and we could go to that.
What if there were other people that wanted to go with us?
It doesn't matter. They don't matter. They're not our friend.
But I still don't think we should just leave strangers back there. Even though we don't know them, that's still really mean.
Survival of the fittest.
I don't know, I think that would be a really bad move.
I think morals don't mean anything in this situation.
I don't know. I think even in these darkest of times, I still think
Quite
that...
literally.
What?
Quite literally darkest of times.
I still think in these darkest of times, we should still try and be as good as we can be. Helping each other out. Because who knows how long this world has left before something else happens to it.
Jonathan yells back, "You two, we're almost to the first gas station that we want to try and see if there's any gas left in." A couple of seconds later, Bob pulls the truck in beside the gas pumps. You two get out.
Will I have like the shotgun in hand?
You have the shotgun.
Well, I'll keep watch while you
There
check if
is.
there's gas.
I'll explain the gas station. There is.
I'll pump gas.
There is a small. There is a small convenience store beside the gas station. The front windows are all smashed open. There's 2 fuel pumps. And they're right beside the truck. The truck is in between the convenience store and the gas pumps. Jamison has the shotgun, and Cletus has a flashlight. Bob says he'll stay in the truck, and Jonathan goes to the back of the truck to make sure the gas cans are all okay.
Bob, you're no use in that truck. I think you should just come out here and be with one of us.
No, I'm driving. I did all the work so far. You can go check for supplies and
We're
gas.
not trying to have you leave us here as soon as you get scared.
I'm gonna sit here.
Get out of the truck.
I'm not getting out of the truck. I'm gonna sit here, and when you're ready to go, we'll
Bob, I
go.
swear to God, if you don't get out of that truck.
You're making us not trust you by staying in the truck. Now we're getting anxious, and now we don't want to leave you in the truck by yourself. Because what if you take off? This is the only place we have, and you're going to leave us stranded here. And now, if you're thinking this, think about what you're doing.
Bob!
Get out of the truck.
Bob gets out, and he leans against the truck and does not help. I'm not doing nothing, but I'll stay right here. I'm not ever gonna leave.
I want the keys. Give me the keys.
No.
Give us the keys, to the truck.
Jonathan, will you take the keys from him?
Roll
Or
Joey.
better yet, Jamison, get the keys from him.
Roll, Joey.
I have a firearm. I will take the keys.
You're letting Cletus roll. I'm not even sure if he knows what roll means.
I still
Don't ever do
I
that
still
again.
don't quite understand the dice. but-
Just
Roll out.
roll it into the box.
Okay.
What do you have in there?
I'll check.
Here it is.
There's a
1-1-4-4-4-4-6-4-3.
So you have 1, 1, and 1, 6. That's all I need to know is the 6s and 1s.
Oh,
Yeah, 1, 1, 1, 6.
I have a lot
No,
of
2
fours.
ones. 2 1s, 1 6.
I have a lot of fours.
That doesn't do anything. So you will lose that 1, and you
There's
will
2
pass.
ones.
You will lose the 2 1s, but you will pass the roll unless you burn a trait, and you can re-roll if you want. You can re-roll the 2 1s, or you can save the trait.
Wait, I say that again.
So you can choose to burn a trait, and you can re-roll those 2 1s, or you can give me those 2 1s to the end of the chapter.
I give it to you.
Okay, give me the 2 1s. You rolled a 6, so Bob is leaning against the truck with the keys in hand, not wanting to give them to you. Jamison is standing there with the shotgun, and Cletus is asking him for the keys, and you get to just tell me the story of what happens next.
Jonathan, please, just give me the keys. That's all that's
Bob.
Or yeah, Bob, please just give us the keys. You're making us not trust you by standing here with the keys in hand because you're right beside the truck, and who knows what you'll do.
Beeble. Bob, I swear I'll bash you with the shotgun if you give me these keys.
You know what? Fine. You want the keys? Go get them. And he chucks them into the darkness.
Ooh.
Oh, that's solid. What would you do that for?
Bob, I swear, why would you do that?
I said
Now
you're
we
getting,
have no way out of here.
You're getting bashed. I hit him with a shotgun.
Bob says, "I don't need any of this. I'm tired of you guys," and he walks off into the darkness.
I
back
bashed
towards-
him with a shotgun.
You know what? Fine.
Yeah, you hit him, but then he gets up. Bob gets up and he leaves into the darkness towards town.
Just realize what you're doing by walking out in the darkness by yourself.
You're
They-
going to die.
You never know what lies in back.
I don't believe any of that crap on the radio. I'll be fine. I've been walking around in this dark for months. I'll make it back. And I won't be going back to that old person's home either. I won't be seeing any of you again. I'm tired of this. I'm just trying to sit in the truck and my back hurt. Goodbye.
All
You
right,
could have
Bob.
made this a lot easier just by giving us the keys. That's all I'm saying.
Bob leaves. The keys are currently in the darkness in the bushes beside the gas station. Jonathan comes around and goes, "Where's he going? Where's Bob going?"
Well, he threw the keys into the darkness. I'm pretty sure his plan was to leave us. So I hit him with the shotgun. He left after throwing the keys into the darkness and being bashed. And now we need to find the keys.
I'm no longer in control, am I?
No, I'm joking.
Okay.
Well, my leg's acting up, guys. And I need to go on the radio and see if I can't ask them, talk to some of them people back at the old person's home. So here's the gas cans. Why don't you guys go check the gas station, look for the keys, and check for gas at the gas pump to see if there's any gas.
Okay, do you have a light with you?
Well, you have your flashlight.
You hit the flashlight.
Huh?
You have your flashlight.
Yeah, I have my flashlight, but I'm asking Jonathan if he has a light for him.
I have the truck light. Maybe I'll be okay.
He'll be resting in the truck.
Jonathan goes to rest in the truck.
I darn hope that battery don't die.
And then
Well, he doesn't have the key, so how's he gonna turn the lights on?
Jameson's light is in his back, like his pocket. His flashlight's in his pocket.
Okay.
Because he still has the pocket knife and the thing. So you guys have to decide what to do now.
Yeah, well,
I
okay, wait, before we continue any further, I'm like going deep into this because you said he has the truck lights on.
Yeah.
The truck is not on, therefore the alternator is not on.
Correct.
So you can't
It's
turn the
sucking battery
Thank
down.
you for pointing it out to me. I might have to make you roll for that later, unless you talk to him now.
Yeah.
I feel as though I should search for the keys in the darkness because I have the weapon.
Okay.
I don't think you should go by yourself. I'm just saying. I think that we should both go together.
Cletus, I do respect your opinion, but I will be going alone. You need to look for the gas, and I have a weapon. I will be okay.
I don't have a weapon. What am I supposed to do?
You are very strong.
It don't matter. What if one of them creature things that man was talking about on the radio? What if it comes to me, and what if it's stronger than I am?
Well, then it sucks me.
Now, Jamison, we've been friends for a long time.
You're right. I'll come with you, and then we can search for the truck keys after.
How about we just go search for the truck keys first? And that's what I was asking in the first place.
All
If I
right,
could
let's
just go
search.
with you.
Let's search for the truck keys then.
Okay. You decide to search for the truck keys.
Thanks.
Cletus and Jamison.
I swear.
What?
I'm gonna cut your pee-pee off.
What?
Dude, I have to pee so bad.
You were breathing on the candle.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, Cletus and Jamison decide to walk into the darkness, away from the truck.
And
And
to go to the bathroom.
So bad.
Okay.
listen,
All right, wait. Let me
we'll
finish
get
this part.
we'll take a break in 1 second.
All right.
Jamison, please roll for me to find the dice. To find the
Truck keys.
truck keys.
Oh.
I knew this was gonna happen.
Okay, let's see. 3 6s. Oh, and no ones.
Okay.
Oh.
Your boy out here, big roller.
Looks like you have. Whoa! That was almost without so many candles.
What I'm gonna say.
You have complete narrative control for the next couple sentences.
What I'm gonna say is we find the truck keys, and we head back to the truck to give them to Jamison, but the battery has been drained.
Jonathan.
But the battery has been drained because he had the lights on. And he had
No.
not even just normalized high beams because we're in that thicker darkness.
So-
Doggone it, I told you this would happen.
So Jonathan has left the lights on when he's on the radio. The
Oh, we find
handheld
John-
radio.
But we find Jonathan dead because the darkness was all around him.
You come back. Okay.
Oh my
Alright.
freaking gosh! No.
Jamison and Cletus walk off into the darkness. Immediately, right there in plain sight, they find the keys. Then they hear a click, and they turn around. The lights of the truck are off, and it's too far away for Cletus's flashlight to penetrate the darkness too. You hear some rustling, some thumping. What's going on, you wonder? You walk back towards the truck, and you peer inside. You have the keys. Jamison has picked them up. You walk back towards the truck. Cletus and Jamison assume that the lights has gone out because Jonathan has left the lights on. Cletus stands up and peers through the window. The reason he can do so is the window is completely smashed. It made no sound. How could the window have smashed without making a sound? You look in. You look into the bed through that hole that was cut there. And there's Jonathan. His throat slashed with 3 big cuts.
Oh, I knew something like this would happen. Now, oh, I can't. I'm so afraid right now. We need to keep these lights on. Jonathan. Oh, I can't even think right now. I don't even know what to do. What if we didn't even hear that window break? What if all these things are happening around us and we can't even hear them going on because we're clouded by this darkness?
I say we just look for the fuel and look for something to charge the battery, and go about our way.
What are we gonna do about Jonathan?
Throw him in the
The
darkness.
poor man is sitting here with his throat slashed. He is gone now.
He's dead. Throw him into the darkness. We don't need him.
Okay, well, I guess that's the only thing we can do. He's gone now. But I think we should take everything off of him, just so we have extra supplies.
Very true.
Poor Jonathan. So we take...
On Jonathan's person,
Okay.
you have his hat, which has fishing hooks in it. In his pocket, you find the handheld radio he was using to talk to the person's home. And you notice it has low battery, probably only enough to make 1 or 2 calls. You find an entire wad of $100 bills in his right pocket, worthless now, because we're trading everything in gas and food and no one wants paper money. In his left pocket, you find another small flashlight.
We take his clothes, too.
His clothes as well.
And his shoes.
And his shoes.
Yes.
So
And his
write down
pants.
your new inventory. Write down your new inventory items. I do not allow that. You can do that and I'll make you roll for it.
Oh, no.
No, I'm not rolling. Take it back.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so
I was gonna glue it to something.
write down your new inventory items. Write down your new inventory items and who's carrying them.
Okay, so...
I say you carry them because you're strong. You have. It's like high carry weight in Skyrim.
Mm-hmm. But also know, neither one of you have a backpack or anything, so you have to carry all these items in your arms.
I have to stuff them in my pocket.
Okay.
Or actually, we can just put them in the truck.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I was gonna suggest we start walking back without the truck because we have the shotgun and flashlights.
We
So
have the keys now.
Yeah, but
We
the
haven't
truck's
even looked
dead.
in the gas
I guess,
station.
yeah.
We haven't even looked in the gas station yet.
I gotta pee so bad, bro.
Alright, we'll stop
We'll
here.
stop-
Ow! Wrong end of the pen!
Whoa! We will take a quick break. Don't touch that candle.
It's legitimately.
And where did we leave off? Jameson. No,
The truck.
Jonathan's dead. Jameson and
We
Cletus
stripped
are.
Jonathan of his clothes.
We stripped Jonathan of everything and threw him into the darkness.
You threw his body into the darkness.
Yeah, we yeeted him.
And you leave.
We
his-
discovered that sounds can't be
Uncovered by
heard.
the. Uncovered by the.
That's okay. You believe that. We'll say that.
Yeah, we believe it. It's not known as a fact.
Okay.
We haven't tested anything.
Okay, continue the story. What happens next?
Well, are we supposed to say the truths?
No, we're not going to do that because we messed up. The next time a candle goes out, we'll do that.
Okay. Let me think.
The two of you walk towards the gas station, or the gas pumps, and the store.
I say we check the store to see if there's any extra car batteries.
Okay.
Car batteries.
We'll go in there and I guess we'll just try and get everything we possibly can get.
So two of you walk towards the door of the auto shop looking place and gas station, convenience store. Please roll for me,
I got you done.
Jameson.
Oh, because of the but Daddy needs money. Well, no, because money's worthless. No sixes, but
Oh
three
my
ones.
God.
No 6s, 3 1s. So
You've just killed you.
you can burn a trait.
Yeah, I will be burning a trait.
What do you wait? Let me see it.
Angry.
Jamison, as he's about to enter the store, realizes that with everything going on, with Jonathan now dead, Bob's gone off from the darkness, Who knows what happened to him?
Probably dead.
That this world is more dangerous than it's ever been, and your life is more real than it's ever been. And you have no time to lose your head. Something changes inside of you. It seems almost as if a cold has come over your body, a calm. As if you can control yourself no matter what. You lose your anger and you become more calm and collected. Please re-roll those 3 ones.
No sixes, but no one.
Bold.
No 6s and no 1s.
This is bold.
It's Bob. Blood.
No 6s but no
Bob.
1s.
I don't trust that.
Jamison,
That's gonna sound
with his new calm.
No, it's not enough.
Yes, it is.
But
No, it's not. Jamison, with his new calm, enters the store without even thinking. He just walks right in the door, which has been conveniently broken open. Does not realize the claw marks on the hinges. Jamison dives into the convenience store without thinking. He does not have a flashlight, because he's carrying a shotgun.
Heckity heck, man.
A screech is heard, and some rumbling. And out of the darkness charges a creature. You can't quite see what it looks like, but it looks like a small human. It has
Well, blast
3 large claws on each hand.
it. Blast it.
You try to shoot at it, you try to get a shot ready, but you were ill-prepared.
Chick, chick, bang.
The creature knocks the gun out of your hand.
Oh, heckity heck, I'm gonna die, bro.
It snaps in half.
The gun?
He throws it forcefully.
Dude, you know, forcefully you'd have to throw a gun for it to snap it.
It breaks the pump and it snaps in half.
There you go. Maybe the pump was made out of wood.
Yeah. It breaks that part. It's now useless.
I mean, you could use the steel bearings underneath it, but I'm not gonna talk about that.
Cletus comes up behind with a light and the creature runs away, screaming.
Cletus choke slams it.
But your gun is no more.
Heckity heck, bro.
We're
Freaking
gonna
go out!
burn the rubber. However,
Continue the story.
the gun, it may be broken, but I've seen this before. People will take the barrels of these guns and they will put the shell back into the barrel and they'll hit it with a hammer or something. We could reuse this.
That would technically work, yeah.
I will allow you to pick up the barrel and the shells.
To be fair, that would cause an explosion in your hand, though.
I will.
We could find a different way.
I will allow you to pick up the barrel and the shells.
And we'll say it doesn't explode in your hand. Are we supposed to say truths now because another candle went out?
Yes, right in there. These are the truths. The world is dark.
Say a truth.
Something simple. Something vague. Or something very specific.
The nursing home has enough power to continue.
How long?
A few days.
Okay, a few days.
There happens to be a car battery in the place, but no way to tell if it's charged or not.
Okay.
We found a spare set of tires in the back.
Spare set of tires.
Solid.
Okay.
We don't have a tire iron though. But that's cool.
It's my turn.
And they could
You never know.
Oh!
We'll say
We found a spare set of wheels
That's even worse.
that are smaller.
Okay.
Wheels with tires, like
Okay.
everything's on them, but they're a little bit small. But they could work.
They could work.
You haven't found it yet. But there's a body behind the cash register of the store. The cashier's the shelf thing. Like where the checkout counter is. There's a body back there.
Yeah, like the service
With-
desk.
With quite a few 3-fingered slashes all over his body. All over the body. Please say the truth, Jacob. Please say the truth. If you'd like to pass, you can.
I have a good one if you pass.
Connections between radios become
More clear.
more clear. I was trying to think of something.
The
Like
signals are stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah, the signals become stronger for the radios.
Okay.
Somehow. Somehow they have.
One more truth can be spoken.
We just happened to find a jack and a tire iron
To go along with the tires.
to go along with our newly found tires. Yes.
Bold. Blood.
Bob.
We will now.
Bob.
Now. Okay, that is all the truths to be spoken this turn. So. And we are alive.
Not for long.
Jamison and Cletus are searching the store after their frightful encounter and losing the gun.
Well, we have the barrel and the shells.
And they saw the barrel and the shells.
Who's carrying them?
I'll carry that. That's a Sharpie.
Speaking of pens, where do you put that silver pen?
I put it back on my desk. Continue.
It's your time to shine.
What is the current
What's it
exact
You almost
situation?
just got killed
Okay.
by a creature. What is your reactions?
Holy. I almost did your voice. Holy heckin' wow. I was almost murdered.
Cletus pooped himself.
We already went over this because the shotgun broke. I said we could use it for parts.
Cletus, there's no reason to cry, mate. It's okay.
Cletus pooped himself.
Man, that thing scared me so bad. I just want to go back to the nursing home at this point. I don't even want to go look for any more fuel. I'm so terrified. First, Bob's gone.
Gary died in drinking water.
Jonathan is killed. And now you almost just died from one of those monster things. I can't take much more of this. I think that we should just go back to the nursing home.
Well, we do have this new battery and these new tires and these tools. And you have the know-how how to put them on because your mother and father always taught you how to work on cars because you were raised on a farm, you know. I say I protect you with our makeshift weapon while you put all the stuff back into the car so we can get moving back to the nursing home rather than go for the fuel. We can take Gary and whoever we can fit in the truck with us to the plane.
Well, it won't take a long time. We could go over to the fuel things and just see if they have any fuel.
We can always check, yes. I say, I propose, yes, we check and then we go.
Currently, the truck is completely out of fuel.
We check for fuel.
It's,
in the tanks.
I thought it was very low.
It's very low.
Okay.
But we're going to check for fuel in the pumps now.
Is this better?
So, you find, in the convenience store, you find a hammer. You find a small hammer that can be used to smash the primer on the back of the shells and set them to go off. They're shotgun shells, so they have a large primer. You also find a shelf of car parts. And on the shelf there is a rack of batteries. There's 2 left. You grab one. Take it with you.
I still smell that note card.
Yeah,
How?
I still smell it.
I do too.
I don't at all.
And you start heading towards the front of the store and the front door.
Sorry, say that again.
You start heading with the new tools, a hammer, the batteries, the barrel and the shells, and you start heading towards the door of the store, towards the pumps.
After we check these pumps, we should start working on the car. We check the pumps.
Wait, I zoned out. Sorry.
You're leaving the store and walk past the front desk and go to check the pumps.
Wait a minute. I smell something.
It smells like dead body.
It smells really bad.
Shut up, Jim.
I don't know. It probably just might be the old rotten food in the freezer.
Well, I guess I'll check behind the counter.
Why wouldn't you check behind the counter?
I don't know.
Oh, it really smells bad over there.
It smells like... I can smell it. It's
Burnt
coming
paper.
from behind the counter. That's the only reason I want to check.
Okay, well, I'm gonna stay in here with you.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I'm not trying to get molested by one of those things.
At this point, Cletus has the only flashlight, and then you are carrying the.
You said I had one in my back pocket.
Yeah, but it's in your pocket, and you haven't pulled it out right now. Like right now,
Okay.
Cletus is carrying some of the items and a flashlight, and you're carrying the shotgun barrel and shells and hammer.
Mm-hmm. What are you doing?
You peer over the shelf, the counter, and you see the dead body. Repulse, assuming that the only thing that could have done that to it was whatever that creature was you encountered when you first came into the store. You head outside, check the pumps.
Mm-hmm.
Joey, please roll for me.
Joey, hit those dice up, brother. Give us a
Three
nice-
dice left.
Give us a
What
nice
time is it?
juicy roll, bro. What time is it? I'll put it for you.
4:44.
It's not that late.
I'm only gonna get 6.5 hours of sleep.
You'll be fine.
Just say that everybody in the nursing home dies.
Just don't sleep at all.
6,
No.
5, 5, 4,
I don't
6,
like to sleep.
2, 1. 1.
So you have 1-1. Do you want to give me that one and keep the 2 6s?
Yes.
What do you
You
find?
could-
What do
You
you
could burn a trait.
What do you find at the pumps,
Oh,
Joey?
I'm on a train.
Wait. How many 6s?
2.
I have 2 as well, so I get the narrative control.
What the?
Fun's in moon.
You go to the pumps, and one looks like.
Wait, we didn't even look at the body.
Yeah, we gotta loot that body real quick. We gonna take that stuff.
You're gonna loot the body.
We gonna loot that body.
Well, that's what we were doing.
Hey, you gotta check what's behind the counter, bro.
You loot the body before you go out to check the pumps.
Some body.
I'll give you narrative control as to what you find in the body.
Huh.
You may find 2 items.
So we gotta think smart about this.
M249
We
military
find-
grade LMG in his back pocket.
We find a letter with directions to a place that could potentially have
Gasolina?
resources.
Okay, yeah. And
Not saying what kind of resources, but it just says we have resources.
They have stockpile.
Yeah, here is the directions.
and
Can we pause for a minute? What are your guys' hope cards again?
I found my parents.
Okay.
resources.
When we achieve our goals.
Okay.
Or accomplish our goals.
We find a small Glock tucked in the back of his waistband with a 15-round fully loaded mag.
Okay. So we're going to leave it there. So you have a letter, not addressed from who, out at some secret place that could have some supplies. and a Glock with 15 round mag. Is the mag full?
Yes.
Does it have 15 full rounds in there?
15 full rounds.
Okay. You go out to the pumps. You rolled 2 sixes. So you check the pumps. It's an old pump that has the kind of motor that you could siphon the gas out of and it wouldn't have any of the security systems. You pull over one of the gas cans and you start to suck on the end of the nozzle. Tastes disgusting. But after a couple seconds, gasoline starts to flow. It's enough to completely refuel the truck.
Solid.
It's enough to completely refuel the truck and fill most of the gas cans in the back. At this point, whatever tank they use to store the gas under the cement is low enough that it can't be siphoned out anymore. It's too low. You go back to the truck, all your supplies and your gas, and start it up. You can go back to the old person's home, or you can go to this new stockpile place.
I say we go back to the old person's home and then collect Gary and then go to the resources.
Like where you're thinking in your head
We could use a third body
cap is.
because then someone could use the shotgun barrel and another person could use the Glock and the third person can have a flashlight.
Okay. We're now going to take our story back to Gary.
Gary Busey.
Quite a bit of time has passed. You've done all the things that can be done, taken care of everyone. And you go check on the old man. See if he's done with his nap.
But I wonder what those old people think of me after doing all that. Especially the one who stabbed me. Okay, go ahead.
You open the door to this old man's room and turn on the light. There's no one in there. There's a trail of blood from the bed to a spot on the floor where it stops. And nothing else.
Freaking knew it.
Gonna do me a heckin' run.
What do you have to say about this, Gary?
The guy on the radio, whatever he said was true. Nowhere in the dark is safe without the light. So now, I need to get everything I can out of this room and tell everybody to stay in the light no matter what they think. Just stay in the light or they will die. So I go back and I tell everyone about what has happened.
Okay. Before you leave, you take the radio. The handheld emergency radio has a crank on it. The crank has a small generator which powers the radio and a small flashlight on the side of the radio. You also find some snacks, some little bags of pretzels, and a bunch of those mints you get at church. And the side counter, you take them off.
Lifesavers.
Lifesaver mints.
From Fanny
Do you
Pack.
seriously have some here? Dude!
They're just kicking it on the desk.
Yeah, he has some lifesaver mints.
I will actually take one.
Okay.
Big chillin' with them mints.
I will as well, actually. That's dope. Okay.
Go on.
Wasting resources.
Heck
And
yeah.
So
you immediately take a handful of the mints and throw them into your mouth.
Oh, holy crap! A handful.
And then-
What the-
and
I'm
yeah,
very
I'll
deal with one.
And then you go and you start to relay to all of the other people
that you got the mints.
that what happened to this man. Would you like to continue the story about what happened to the man? About telling the people?
Yeah.
Okay, please speak.
A terrible thing has happened. The old man who claimed himself to be the old man who claimed himself to be a prophet had a radio, and the man over the radio said that the darkness is no longer safe at all. There's more that lurks within.
Betty speaks up. Where's he at? What happened to him?
He requested the lights be turned off so he could take a nap, even though I warned him not to. When I came back after doing all that I was told and taking care of everyone, he was gone.
What do you mean gone?
There was traces of blood from his bed onto the floor.
No one saw him leave. He couldn't have left. His door was closed the whole time.
Like I said, I wasn't sure if the guy on the radio was telling the truth or not, but now I know. The darkness is no longer safe at all unless you have a light.
Our generators can only last for a few more days, as we get more fuel.
That's the tough part. We have to wait for Cletus and Jamison to get back. I was just thinking that. We have to wait for...
And Bob
Cletus
and Jonathan.
Yeah, you don't know they're dead.
We have to wait for the four to get back with the supplies we need and the resources we need to stay alive.
Bob hella dead.
How's Bob behind the counter? I'm just saying now.
You're saying it's not safe.
No.
You got into the light.
Stay in the light at all costs, even if you have something important in the dark that you forgot or anything. Do not go in unless you have any kind of light.
3 women. 1 old
Or a strap.
They're all
and
dumb.
2 young. Teenagers.
They're all dumb.
Are mocking you. There's no way there's anything dangerous in the dark. We've been dealing with this for so long. The old man probably fabricated the whole thing and just left. And they walk outside. And they leave.
How do you get the blood on the floor? Whoever said that's retarded?
Alright, you pieces of crap. I'm probably the type of people.
Why are you so
that-
mean to everybody?
Gary's just such a douche.
Sarcasm.
That's not even sarcastic. that's just
That
being
is like
douchey.
100% true. Whatever, everything you're saying.
Everything you done just sit there. I agree.
Yeah.
So 3 women just walk outside. What do you say to them on the stuff?
You just wait and see what
Pieces of
happens.
crap.
When we get back to the old people home, I'm bopping the one who stabbed Gary.
That was probably the most hilarious part, if I'm being honest.
We go back
I'm
to-
punching her in the mouth. I don't even
You
care.
hag.
We go back to Jamison and Cletus.
I'm gonna clap this old lady.
We go back to Jamison and Cletus. They are sitting in the truck. Who's driving?
Not Cletus.
Yeah.
Jamison is driving.
Yeah.
Cletus knows, but Cletus can't do.
Cletus is taking care of all of the tools and things you have collected.
All the amendments.
The battery had just enough power in it to start up the car. And you put the extra tires and the tire iron in the back of the
Okay.
truck. Trying not the best you can not to get blood on it.
Where we
From
keep the
Jonathan's
straps.
Yeah.
Where we put them?
The what?
The weapons, the guns.
In your pocket.
Where do you put them? You're up. It's up to you. Where do you put them?
I'm putting that Glock in my waistband. I don't know about you.
You better have a holster.
Nah, dude, it's just free.
I feel like at some
Dangled
point
by a rope
Cletus
by the
needs to be
trigger.
taught how to use a gun.
So at some point, Cletus needs to be taught how to use a gun. Okay. You have a choice before you. Go back to the old person's home.
Like I said, we're gonna go back to the old person's home, collect Gary, and then go to the resources.
You drive back towards the old person's home. A little faster this time on the way you
Real
came.
quick, yeah. We ain't trying to die. You know what I'm saying?
Quickie.
In the middle of the road, there is a mass. You don't know what it is, but you don't want to hit it because it's right in the middle of the road.
Probably the thing we ran over before.
You slow down. This is nowhere near that thing you ran over before. It has to be something different.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You see, it's a person
Oh, okay.
torn to shreds, not by a few,
By a pack.
not by a few like the person in the grocery store, but by many.
Well, I say we keep driving, just run it on over.
Could
Wait,
that be Bob?
Real quick. So, the old man just managed to disappear.
Yeah.
But when there's a ton of them, there's just a mass of one body.
Maybe.
Well,
We'll get that later. We'll get that later. That's not something you can say.
I say
right
it's unidentifiable, and they keep driving and just run over it.
now. They keep driving and run over it.
Yes,
Drive
we can-
around it.
Drive around it. Drive around it.
So you don't
What if
break
it's in the
something.
center of the road?
Okay.
You can't drive around it.
You can
It's fine.
drive
They-
a little bit off.
They drive around this indistinguishable mass of flesh that's just been torn to ribbons. You have absolutely no idea what it could be. But this is the direction that
Wait,
Bob walked in.
wait.
Good for Bob.
The darkness is really thick.
Yeah.
How could we have seen the mask?
Because we have the lights in the truck.
Yeah, have high beams on.
We can't see that far.
Far enough.
You can see enough to see the road.
Yeah.
How far is that?
You don't need specifics. Shush.
It's just dark. It's really dark.
Yeah, but like, how far can we see in front of us?
Wait, Anthony.
50% less than regular high beams.
So even then, you're still seeing a good amount.
Okay,
You're still seeing a good amount.
okay. I wasn't sure.
And you drive on back towards the old person's home. The whole way, no sign of that original thing you ran over.
Mm-hmm.
No idea what it was or what it could have been.
So these things are probably kind of hard to kill if it was one of them.
A few minutes later, you pull into the old person's home.
Mm-hmm.
On just outside the porch, there's two dead girls with claws. Those who they've slit their throat, just like Jonathan.
Anytime you say that, I imagine they just like slowly drag their claws right across. Like it's like
I picture it's like in a flash just.
no, I'm thinking like they like get them down. They're like
It's not what I picture. I just picture.
Well, no one has seen what
to be
happens.
fair, yeah, no one knows how brutal these things are. Maybe they are just like tormenting them. Just slowly.
That's just what I picture.
Cletus and Jamison walk up the porch past these two girls, horrified.
Just
There's an older woman crying inside the porch, inside the doorway on the light.
Is it the woman who stabbed?
No, it's the woman who walked out with the two teenagers
Yeah, I
after
was
Gary
making
told them
sure.
not to.
I was making sure.
And now we'll leave it back to you guys as you finally reconvene together to tell each other what has happened and to make your game plan.
Gary, what happened when you were screaming earlier?
You want to talk about dead bodies and crying people first?
No, I'm worried.
Okay.
I'm worried about my friend Gary. I'm worried about his health.
Okay.
So, old Betty happened to create a shiv from the side of her bed out of a butter knife. She tried to slash at me first, and then she stabbed me in the arm.
Well, before we do anything, I'm gonna go bop old Betty one right in the face. I punch old Betty.
Roll.
I'll roll for it. I don't even care.
Roll.
Betty's getting punched in her old
Why
teeth.
would you?
Gary shows no concern for Jonathan or Bob. Take that into note.
Gary shows no concern that they're gone.
They asked some questions first.
Yeah, but you.
No,
I swear I'll punch you in your mouth, breathing hole.
What happened?
Hey, if it gets me to go to bed faster,
no ones, but there's a 6.
No ones, but there's a 6.
Yeah.
I have 1 6. Well, I'll just for the sake of it, I'll let you say what happened to old Betty.
Oh my freaking goodness!
Well,
Oh,
Jamison, being the strong, young, strapping Irish lad he is.
But he has lost his anger.
you didn't say strong.
He lost
did.
his anger.
He's
I thought
muscle.
he
He's
got
strong.
angry.
No, he lost his anger.
Oh.
He
Remember,
made-
you remember
but-
you burned your anger trait, but you're still upset.
I'm
about
upset, so I walk over. Right?
He feels. You
I
said he
look right.
feels
I look
cold.
this lady
Yeah.
right in the eyes.
So he doesn't.
This. You feel
care.
cold now, not angry.
and I
he
just
doesn't
straight
care.
rock her in the jaw. You know what I'm saying? Like
She is dead.
Poor
He
old
does
Betty.
the whole time with a straight face too. The only thing that he can think about is getting revenge.
I
for
just
what
punch her
happened.
one
you
time.
The punch.
She's like asleep. She's like asleep. I just walk over.
What's going on? Sonny, what's going on?
I just rocked Betty's world.
Betty's asleep. Hey, Betty, guess what time it is?
You want that aspirin? Use your aspirin, dog.
Aspirin, no!
I just uppercut her to the
So how many
jaw.
times have you punched her?
I hit her like 3 good times.
All these-
Like I can imagine Betty just sitting there like she's wide-eyed. She has the things up her nose and she's like,
Jamison just comes sprinting over.
those things would no longer just be sticking out. They would be up into her face. And she wouldn't even have a nose anymore.
James bops her one time.
Okay,
this
my
is
turn to
going to
speak.
seriously affect my character. Just
Old
saying.
Betty.
Just dies.
Old Betty. She has remember her pancreas is ruptured. She was gonna die very soon. And the endless fury of blows straight to the poor woman's face.
So you're saying she
just
just walked up and just crack.
Was it done? Betty just sits there like.
Betty's just getting. Betty's just getting her world rocked.
After it's all over, she's just like.
She can't even
Betty.
comprehend what
Betty looks over.
This young Irish guy just came sprinting into the room.
Stop punching Betty!
Jumped on her and just started going to town.
All she did was stab one guy. Chill.
And I beat the hell out of her. She learned her lesson about stabbing people, didn't she?
Cletus. Oh boy. Cletus is a little bit worried about Jamison just beating the crap out of this old woman.
No,
He's
I'm
mortified.
not worried. I freak out. That's what I wanted to do.
Old Betty.
Cletus is
Hey.
mortified.
I have some story points here.
Yeah, you
Old
should get
Betty.
the narrative over to me once you're done.
Old Betty looks.
You
You know how to speak, you
blow out
know.
all the candles.
Whenever you want to speak.
Please keep
Old Betty looks over at Cletus. Stop coughing. Old Betty looks over at Cletus. Her face now misshapen.
She's like, what the hell?
Her
Okay.
face now misshapen. I guess, even if I wanted to, I can now never tell you what really happened.
What?
And then her eyes
Roll back into her head.
just seem to relax. And her body just sinks into itself as she breathes her final breath.
I didn't mean to clap her that hard.
This is making me sad.
You wonder, Cletus, what she meant by her final words. What did she mean by, and I can never tell you what really happened?
I sit there for a second and think about what she said. The first thought that passes through my mind is mother.
Mother.
Martha.
This isn't just darkness, Patrick.
I
This is
begin
advanced darkness.
to feel an anger arise.
What's the point?
Frick.
More energy.
Okay, I begin to feel an anger rise as I walk over to
Jamison.
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 I give him a shove
A shove.
and I yell at him.
Ouchie.
What were you thinking killing an innocent old lady like that? She may have just
does.
lost her wits.
She done stabbed. She stabbed Gary, and she was going to die anyway. I saved. If anything, I spared her the pain of pancreatitis.
She may have just been out of her mind.
She was dying and crazy.
Even so.
You
So.
punched her to death.
You punched her to death. How could you do
All
that?
of the nurses and everyone else at the old person's home have just been watching this whole encounter.
What can I say except stay strapped or get clapped? They should have taken her shiv.
What do you have to say about this, Gary?
Okay, one last thing.
Keep going.
I don't know how to feel. And so I was holding on to Jamison
Yeah, let go.
by a shirt. I let go of Jamison
You have
and
to
I
remember,
walk out of the room.
you aren't very smart, so you're going to accept things people say pretty easily. So if I tell you she was going to die anyway, more likely than not, you're probably just gonna accept that as reasoning that it was all right.
Well, slow people also do have, like, you know, something crazy like that just happened. They're gonna think, why would you do that?
No matter what you tell them.
Yeah.
I guess.
They think, like, I don't know. But yeah, that's just how I'm feeling. I'm feeling really upset and angry that you just killed an old lady. I walk out of the room
Okay.
to think, which I can't do much of.
Because I'm special.
Go ahead, Gary. What do you think on this account? You're standing with the rest of the crew and some of the old people of this old folks' home.
I remain silent with a surprised face as I walk out of the room in sorrow and in silence.
Sorry,
some of the-
shanked you.
Some of the other nurses come in and take away Betty's bed. Gary and Jamison go out and find Cletus. As they're walking towards him, the radio that Gary had starts squeaking again and replays the message from earlier. You find Cletus as it's about halfway through, telling you about the plane and the possible escape.
Cletus, it was for the better. She was going to die a very painful death anyway.
I still don't think you should have killed her.
I promise it was for the better.
I don't even know what to say right now. I would rather not speak a word.
I gotta be with Cletus on this one. Though she stabbed me in my arm, that wasn't even right.
Shh. It's okay. We don't need old people anyway. They're just hindering us and using resources that we could use for the young and healthy to repopulate.
Strap that must stay at work cloud. That will be.
What'd you say?
Strap that must stay or clap that will be. Yoda.
Yoda.
Oh my god.
All right, you guys make a game plan. You have a truck full of fuel and gas tanks and batteries and tires and a shotgun barrel and pistol, and you have the radio and extra clothes and the snacks and the mints, and
Well,
you can go. There is the
batteries.
I say we check out the idea of the plane
there's the plane and the
We
place
do
and
have
resources.
enough fuel now
to get to the plane.
to go there and come back if we don't want to go.
Facts are facts. I say we go to the plane.
Okay. Do we want to try to look for that place on the way?
Oh yeah, we could see if we can find the place with the resources.
Okay.
Yeah, I say we search a little bit for the place
This
with the
is a
resources.
massive,
If it's bringing us closer
like,
to the location of the plane.
New opening,
Mm-hmm.
and it is 110.
It's okay.
Just pass my character off to Anthony because I'm
Nope.
really tired.
Well, we gotta play this. We gotta play it
You just
through.
gotta play it out.
The three of you.
Mom's going anyway.
Oh.
What?
Oh,
Can
a
you
candle
blow the
just
rest
went out.
Bruh.
The three of you go to leave.
Truth.
Nope. This was blown out outside of a roll.
Okay.
The three of you leave
I pull out another one.
to go and get in the truck and leave and try to find this place on the note where you can have a possibility of resources and then try to go check out the possibility of the plane. You start with a walk outside. Some of the nurses come out and yell at you. You can't just kill one of our own and then try to take off.
Yes, I can. Who's going to stop me?
One of the
One
nurse-
thing to know, I was already outside.
Yeah, all three of you are outside.
I was already outside.
Yeah,
before
he was
they
already
came.
outside.
Who's going to stop me?
Make sure
So
you
I'm
have
not a
a
part of
flashlight.
A nurse comes at you with a syringe.
I pull out the Glock.
Please roll.
I'm pull out that Glock and blast her.
Depends on how quick you are.
Depends on if you get the narrative.
You ain't sidearm Sid.
You might get yeeted.
I might die. If I die, it's okay. Have her stab me in the neck.
Go.
You aren't sidearm Sid.
Absolutely nothing.
What do
Did
you
you
got?
get a 1?
No ones, no sixes.
I have no 6s as well.
To your dismay.
So you're going to fail this roll.
Dang it.
Because you both got no 6s, I'll take the narrative here.
Okay.
The one comes at you. You pull a gun on her and you shoot. You miss. You're down to 14 bullets.
Who do I hit? What do I hit?
The bullet flies right past her head.
Uh-oh.
But she does not waver. Comes straight for you with the syringe.
Wow, she got nerves of steel.
She's also running straight from the front door.
The bullet flies straight in the front door, into the crowd of people. It screams, but you don't know what's happened.
I just murdered another old lady.
Watch, Anthony! You're freaking breathing.
I just
sorry about that.
murdered.
She comes straight for you before you can reload or for anyone can do anything else. She stabs you in the neck with a syringe.
Ooh.
Do I
Squirts whatever material is in it
die?
into your throat and then pulls the syringe out. You're okay. He says, have fun with that.
It's poison.
And turns and goes back inside.
Can I take another shot at her? I don't like you. No. I'm not taking another shot.
You grab your neck. Other than discomfort or whatever liquid she just put inside you, you don't know what it is. It could be poison.
Chimpanzee nut.
It could be anything. The three of you get in the car with all the things you've collected so far, and you drive off.
Little did you know, she was actually the doctor who made all this happen.
Gary is looking over.
Better.
You've been driving for some time. You think you're running out of time to go to the plane, because he did say he was only going to wait for 3 hours, and it's already been an hour and a half. Your life
Wait, we drove to that gas station. All that craziness happened. Came back. All that craziness happened.
Yeah.
It's only been an hour and a half.
It's been an hour and a half.
Wow, that was an intense hour and a half.
Yeah.
2 hours.
How life has changed. You went from normal life to everything being dark. Now in the past 2 hours, everything just dying. Several people have died. Everything's just gone to crap. Gary is looking over the letter. Go ahead and roll for me, Gary.
Alright, boys, I want to roll like
Go ahead and roll for me, Gary.
Did you just- No.
2.5 for everyone.
Don't blow out anymore.
4, 2, 2, 5, 1, 2.
So 1-1. You can choose to burn a trait
I
to
can't,
re-roll
I have no card.
re-roll this one.
He has hope card on top.
Oh,
Oh!
have we achieved a goal?
Is this bad
Got
or is
the
this
fuel.
bad?
Yeah, we got the
Okay.
fuel.
Okay, we'll allow you to roll with your hope die. So here's what we're gonna do.
Die.
You're going to put this one back in there. I'm gonna give you
I got a Snapchat?
this here. Take this white die. This is your special die.
Why'd you just Snapchat me at 1:15?
You're
in the
going to.
morning?
This is your hope die.
A girl.
Oh, I was gonna say, I don't have Snapchat.
Wait.
I find hope
I miss
when we accomplish our goals.
Wait, don't.
Fine.
I don't want, yeah, just tear it. Because I'm really,
Right now is your moment.
you can throw it in here still. Though.
You have your special die. In this moment, when you're leaving with your friends, and you have quite a few resources, and maybe even prospect of leaving this dark land, you find hope. And you are looking over the letter with the clues to finding the secret place.
Wake up,
Please roll. Please roll with your hope die. Roll all the dice and your hope die. The hope die wins on a 5 or 6. If you fail this roll, you will lose your
Well,
hope.
hope
Hope
I
I
landed
landed
on a 5.
But we gotta roll it again after with everybody.
Oh, heck. Roll again.
Wait, all these die too.
Roll them all.
5, 4, 6, 4, 1, 1.
What's your hope die?
5.
It's a 5, and you have a 6. Give me the 2 ones,
Give me the 2 ones.
and you have 2 passing things. You keep your hope die. That is your special die for the rest of the game.
Okay.
You keep that. That's yours.
When you're reading over this letter, you realize something. You know exactly the place it's talking about. You know exactly where it is.
Big brain.
You used to go there when you were younger because you know this town at the back of your hand. Would you like to relay this information to your colleagues?
So, reading over this letter once again, or reading over this letter after Cletus has gone over it. Wait, who did go over it?
Both of them read it.
Yeah, we both read it.
Reading back over the letter.
I can't read.
No, I'm kidding.
Reading back over the letter after you guys have gone over it, I realize that I know exactly where this place is at. I know how to get there, and I know the things that it potentially has to offer.
It's just a Quaker steak and lube. It's like,
If it's that, I'll
Okay,
never
okay,
go.
okay, okay. It's a Quaker steak and lube.
It was not a Quaker steak and lube, because if it was, I would never go there.
It was not a Quaker steak and lube.
It was a steak and shake. No.
No! Stop talking!
Stop talking!
Okay. So where is it?
Chicken nugget shop.
Where is it, Gary?
The fast route, which is back roads, will take us like 20 minutes. But the long route, the safer route, will take us about 45.
Okay, zombie game from that. What was that game that freaking did that?
What?
The thing you could pick the highway or the back roads in between. I don't know. Shut up. Okay, so
Isn't he?
you have a decision. 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You have an hour and a half left. We'll say 30 minutes on the back roads, which are more dangerous. 45 minutes on the highway, but it's more safe.
That's only a 15-minute loss. You should have a bigger gap than that.
Okay.
Why you have to say these things?
No, that's what I'm saying. 45 minutes on the highway, 45 minutes on the highway, 20 minutes back roads.
I would go with back roads at that point.
But
But I'm gonna
The
make you
thing-
roll for back roads if
the
you
thing-
break down or not.
Oh my freaking!
the thing that you're
Was
missing
it
though,
risky?
You shouldn't have
If
said
we
that
take-
though.
if we take back roads,
So
then
wait.
not only
Next
are-
time
wait,
there's a decision like this, don't say anything
Okay.
because then it will
Make a
like
decision.
catch us off guard.
So if we take the back roads, we're not only we're at risk of
Breaking down.
breaking down, but if we take the
If
highway,
we take the highway, we could be at risk of breaking down too.
no, well,
No,
yeah,
but
but
I mean,
the
it could
back
literally
roads would be
happen
more
either
likely,
way.
but
Why?
It's just a storyline thing.
Okay.
if we take the long route, the highway, not only will we get there later, but we'll have less time to gather the supplies we need and get to the plane. We're at 2 hours, and that would take us 45 minutes to get up there, get the supplies we need, and then get over to the plane before it leaves.
What if?
We
Dude, this
fly
one's
like
gonna go out
Icarus
with
and just
Okay,
die.
we'll put it on
anyway.
next.
No.
What
it's
if?
fine.
Go ahead.
What if we
fly like
skip
Icarus.
the stockpile?
True, if we're going to the plane, they probably have resources there already. Because they're
But-
expecting 50 people.
You know,
The
there is.
The plane is a hour drive from your current location, and it's also in the same direction as the stockpile.
You know what?
But it would also take time to get the
We
resources.
don't. Okay, here we could take a big risk here. We don't know what state the plane is in. We don't know what kind of resources are held at the plane. So we could take the risk of skipping the stockpile and going straight to the plane. or we could play it safe but risk time and go to the stockpile and get to the plane.
But there's a much bigger risk that I don't think any of you thought about. When we were back at the nursing home, when you guys got there again, the message that played over the radio played again.
Meaning it
The
could just
same
be on
message.
repeat. Meaning maybe there's no plan at all.
Maybe it's already gone.
I am so happy you picked up on that. Yes, yes, yes. I wrote that.
Who said
I
that?
wrote that.
Me.
You
I
are
wrote
the
that.
ultra tiny PP.
Dude, I knew. Oh, I knew it.
I wrote that beforehand. Was one of my plot points.
Yeah,
I
that's
can't believe you picked
Thank
up on
you for
that.
stealing that from Resident Evil.
Was it?
Yeah, that was
I-
Resident Evil.
I didn't know. I'm sorry.
That's why I said that's a big thing that you both overlooked. The message relayed again, so it could have been on repeat. The plane
That was
could
also in The
never
Walking
even be
Dead.
there. And then there's also the possibility of what you said, but the plane could not even be there. And
Yeah,
then,
who's to say that wasn't put
That
out?
old man. The old man was listening to the radio constantly though, and that was the first time he heard it.
But here's the question.
Oh.
Maybe he just was
it
tuned into
played
the wrong.
again.
Yeah, maybe he was just relaying it again in case new listeners. But
He said it was the same message though, so if you
If it was
relayed
the
it
same-
again, he would have changed the time, but it was the exact same message.
True.
So it
Yeah,
was
but
at
the
3
old-
hours, 2 hours in.
Yeah, but
yeah, there was no difference. He would have changed the time. So clearly it was a pre-recorded message being played back.
But the old man had been listening to it all the time. Therefore, that was the first time he had heard it.
But okay, so if you put it into perspective,
But there
if
could
the same message relayed again, think about all the other people who heard it for the first time
There's-
again,
there's also the idea
or
of
who heard it from. Who
it's a
heard it.
trap.
There's that.
Someone started broadcasting that, so people would come and they would just kill them and take
Okay,
all the
before we
resources they brought.
do this, because that is a part where people will have to take the narrative for.
Because that could be.
This is
All
discussion.
of these parts.
Paul's
are-
like, you're having this discussion in the car as you're driving along.
If you think about this though, what I was saying was, the old man didn't hear it ever before, and that was the first time he heard it.
Mhm.
If the exact same message relayed again, and we somehow managed to hear it, imagine all the other people who were also tuned into the same station, but heard it just for the first time.
Or
the
the people had
connection-
heard it just for the first time when the old man heard it.
There's also the connection.
What do you mean?
The connection was better established, or the connection
True.
the
There was a
connection
better
is all
connection
whack.
established.
The connection is all wacky because
Due to our narrative, there was a better connection established. So maybe that's the reason that the only first time we heard it. And he gave no date. He never gave a date.
that he
So-
did say though.
Cold.
We're going
This
to.
is kind of like a plot.
Okay,
hole.
I'm gonna settle this.
Holy crap!
The first recording the old man heard was the first one.
Okay. So that was the first one. But since it was a replayed message.
You still have doubt in your mind about it,
Yeah.
but you're still gonna go.
We're
as
still
if
going to
there's
go
a-
to check, but we'll be more cautious because we realized it was just a pre-recorded message.
Okay. So, are you going to go straight there, or are you going to go look at the stockpile first?
We're going to stop at the stockpile, but very briefly.
Okay.
We're not going to...
Back
look at
roads or
every
highway?
highway, but we're not going to look at every nook and cranny. We're going to take everything at surface value and take what we can and go.
Okay.
Yeah?
You drive along the highway. Nothing out of the ordinary happens. A couple odd shadows on the long side of the road, but nothing.
Over.
Nothing too.
Don't say that. House roll.
It's the safe way. It's the safe way.
Nothing too scary. Nothing too out of the ordinary. You think you're safe for now. The high beams of the
Truck are keeping us
truck
safe.
are keeping us safe. You make it to the old restaurant where Gary has said this is obviously the stockpile. You go inside. There's nothing inside. It's completely empty.
It's a trap.
Go ahead and continue the narrative from here. You start to search the place.
Are we all doing the narrative?
All three of you are searching the building.
Okay, I make a quick run to the back room.
That's really stupid, but okay.
With a light, I take a quick glance.
Still really stupid with only you, but okay.
Is there any? Are there people?
No.
Is it just a trap?
There are no people.
There's nobody there, just you three.
Yeah, it's completely empty, completely silent.
As if
The back room, there is no outlet throughout the back. There is no outlet. It's literally just the back room,
It's
and
like
then
Just like a
Closet.
kitchen. Just a kitchen.
It's like
Yeah.
a closet, but not
I
a
shine
closet.
my light around the room. Nothing pops. Nothing out of the ordinary is there. There's nothing
everything
worth of value.
you
So I walk back.
Cletus
In-
walks to the
okay.
back room of this restaurant behind the kitchen.
Okay.
It seems much darker here, but nothing out of the ordinary. It's quiet.
I don't go in.
He just looks with the flashlight.
Yeah.
It's almost too quiet. But he sees something. It's a wooden door in the floor of the back room. He goes to flip the light switch to turn on the light for that room. Nothing happens. The bulb, as with all the electric bulbs in this building, have been smashed out. Gary and
Jameson.
Jamison are in the front area of the restaurant, going through like the booths where everyone would be seated. Jamison has the shotgun. Jamison has the pistol. And Gary is trying to figure out if it would be possible to hold the barrel with the shotgun shells and shoot it, being ready.
Eat the crumbs off the floor.
Gary is also shining his flashlight where Jamison is looking. So Gary and Cletus both have flashlights out. Please continue the narrative.
Wouldn't it make sense if Jameson also has flashlight out?
Yeah, but you're holding the pistol. Okay, yeah, you can have the flashlight in the pistol. Okay, like you're doing like a little military thing. Okay.
I noticed the
It's
door.
like tack knife from Call of Duty. But
Okay.
with
Yeah, okay.
flashlight.
So all three of you have lights out.
Okay. I noticed the door.
Okay.
I flicked the light switch.
I would say you called for us.
Well, listen, I hear a buzz. So I look up and I realize that all the light bulbs have been smashed out. And then I start to think this is getting a little weird.
Or those spooky.
Cletus thinks.
Cletus had
Like very general, like
a moment of clarity.
he knows that something's like
that
something's up.
that shouldn't be like that.
Yeah. So I call for you guys.
All right, we come.
Hey guys,
We come running.
there's a wooden door on the floor over here. I'm speaking quietly too.
Okay, we come
Yeah.
tiptoeing.
Turns out to be the freezer.
Yeah.
Everybody's frozen inside.
I don't know what's over there, but we need to be quiet because there could be people waiting for us. Should we go, or should we leave?
I think we should slow open it a little bit of a slow peek.
I think we've already looked around, and
Yeah, I
we've
think.
already looked around and done everything
Roll.
we can, so we need to leave.
Is this a forced one?
You're rolling.
Wait, why do we need to roll?
Because he decides to open the door slowly.
He just
No, we're still in the dining area.
Yeah,
We're
well-
not even in the back
Oh,
room.
okay.
Game Master is forced to roll
I force him to roll. He goes back and he opens the door.
Wait,
because we do need
Did
to
you
push.
agree with me on saying like we should?
We need to
leave,
push
or-
the narrative.
Yeah.
So.
So you go. You want. Whoa.
1 6 1 1.
1611.
We're doomed.
Can I burn my hope card? Because that's what's up next.
What's your hope?
Find resources. We have found resources.
You can burn it if you find resources in the basement.
Okay.
But I will roll.
He just wants his basement.
All we have is one.
It's-
I have no
Yeah,
sixes.
it's a door.
So you get to. This is a plot point for me, but you get to tell what is directly behind the door.
I thought it was a floor. I thought it was a door into the floor.
It's in the floor. It goes down the
Okay.
stairs.
Oh, so as soon as he opens it up.
a case
Yeah.
of stairs.
A staircase.
Same thing. A staircase.
Okay.
Into.
Did you give me the one?
Huh?
Did you give me the one die?
I did not know.
Restart this again.
So we're allowed to make comments throughout
Yeah,
the
you
whole
talk.
thing. Okay, so
Do you,
I make a quick comment, As soon as you open the door, you see the staircase.
Mhm.
You'll be going down there, and it will be darkness all around you.
That's why we come down with the 3 lights.
Only one person can go down the stairs at a time.
Well, only one can go down, then only one can come up. So if I have my light shining down,
But I guess that'll work.
yeah. One person with their light behind me, back to back. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Oh,
So, there's
I'll
this-
go. Wait.
can I say one thing?
You'll cover the door. Gary and I will walk downstairs. Me going first. Gary covering my back.
There's a major. I feel like there's a big loophole with this.
What?
So a flashlight only goes in front of you.
Yeah.
We're not in any light, and we're just holding it like this.
Yep.
All behind that is darkness. We can only see in front
That's
of
what
us.
I'm trying to account for. That's why I said that.
Any other time though.
We're gonna say the flashlights are bright enough that
It like illuminates.
it
the
reflects off
immediate-
things enough to
It illuminates the
area.
immediate area.
The immediate area, just for the sake of the story.
Yeah.
Think too logically.
But okay.
All right,
okay, so
we're
if
heading
it's-
down to that
So
base.
that
so
way.
Jamison and Gary go down the stairs. Jamison has his pistol out and his flashlight is looking down the stairs. Gary's directly behind him with the shotgun. Have the shotgun and the hammer. Cletus stands at the top of the stairs, weaponless, but he has his flashlight. He's shining back up into the store.
And he's
Watching-
laid strong.
I am very
strong.
anxious.
He's very anxious.
Cletus is very anxious at this moment.
Oh, I hope we find another weapon down.
Jamison and
I'm
Gary,
literally like feeling what my character's feeling right
Yeah.
now. It's whack.
Jamison and Gary go down the stairs.
Gary falls asleep.
It seems
Oh,
pretty
it's-
normal at first, but then you start to go through some of the shadows and illuminate the room. There's a pile of bodies in the middle of the room, of all ages. Some you recognize from the town,
I told you it's a trap.
some too tattered and torn
Stop.
to be
Bring
recognized.
on its own, bro.
At the
No,
very
that was
top, at the very top of the pile of bodies, there's a sword that's pushed down into the pile. It is a very distinct long sword, double bladed, on each side,
Double-sided blade.
two-handed long sword with a massive red crystal where the blade connects to the hilt, and a very wide crosspiece.
So what I'm hearing is it's a giant sword that our strong man could swing it.
10 Kindles goes to D&D.
What I'm hearing is we call for the strong man to come down the stairs after us, seeing as we found no danger.
You emphasize the point that Cletus was up there alone.
He emphasized looking around in the shadows.
Okay.
Here's
too,
the actions
so
we
Okay.
command, and you do what you do
So-
with them.
There's also
I
the
call
shadows.
for Cletus. I call for
I would say one
Cletus.
more thing, and then you can say what you do, and
Yeah.
I'll make you roll for different things. The room, as you now look around, is filled with different weapons, food, medical supplies. Couple, not a lot, but a little bit of gas.
But
There's a pile of bodies
Why?
in the middle you have to circumnavigate.
why are there a pile of bodies in the floor?
That's a good question.
Especially
And
with
why
the
all
red
these
crystal
supplies
on the
here?
hilt.
Why are the supplies left here?
Especially with the pile of bodies.
And
Especially because there's a pile of them. It's not like one or two bodies because they were staying on there and they died.
No,
the
there's
thing
a
that's
pile.
concerning is the glowing.
I'm about to jump
red
out of my
crystal.
skin here.
And not to mention, the sword has a crystal in it. Is it? You said glowing?
It's
crystal?
just a massive red crystal, very distinct.
A very distinct
Yeah,
red
but
crystal in the
Forget
hilt.
the crystal for a second. Piles of bodies.
A pile.
The entire
A pile
Place.
of bodies.
You would have to suspect the sword had something to do with it because it's stuck in the top of them. So I say we leave that sword alone and we don't mess with that.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. There is a pile of dead bodies and there's still supplies in the room. There might be something else in the room.
A monkey.
What are you gonna do, guys? Make a decision. You're yelling up these words to Gary, who's on the top of the stairs.
You said he's
Oh, Cletus on the top of the
I
stairs.
will ask. what kinds of weapons are in this room? Are these resources like necessary enough for me to try to circumnavigate this room to get
There
these?
is.
Wait, are the weapons behind the pile of bodies, or are they right beside him?
There. You'd have to go around one of the sides of the piles of bodies.
Okay.
Oh,
What
frick.
kind of
Like
weapons?
the pile of bodies is in the middle of the room. You'd have to go around either side to get to the wall where there is very simple weapons such as a few hunting rifles, a few ARs, the things you'd find in this back town, a couple pistols, and you can see a couple boxes with the red cross on it. You know the medical supplies. Looks like boxes of rations. You can't quite make out what it all is,
Well,
but it's over there.
You never.
I'm thinking we call the big man down to try to get the sword.
Well,
I don't trust it
Well, here's the
because
thing.
you never know what's hiding behind that pile. Your light is shining there, but there's a shadow. There's darkness behind that pile. Lights are shining around.
I can agree with that.
Man, I wish we had flashbangs.
So I don't know.
I say we leave it. Leave it all. I'm not trying to get clapped up for a couple weapons.
What if all three of us went down there? 2 people went on each side.
And one right at the pile of bodies.
Someone looking behind, shining around with a flashlight. The 2 jump and angle their flashlights straight behind the pile.
Solid plan. I say we do that.
Who is going to jump around the pile?
I say the 2 people with the weapons, of course.
So Gary and Jamison?
Yeah.
Cletus is strong though.
Both of you play.
I have
roll.
no
Not
weapon.
Firearm.
And I
Gary,
don't know how to use
Gary
them.
and Jamison both roll. Gary, you have your hope die.
Am I rolling my hope die?
You're rolling. You roll your hope die on every roll. It wins on a 5 or a 6. Do you have your hope die?
No.
Roll it in there. Yep.
4, 4, 3, 3.
So no winning rolls, but no ones. Go ahead and
Wait, I need my
yeah,
hope
you-
die back.
get your hope die back, and go ahead and
You boys ready for this big money?
I hope so.
No.
Oh, heck. I got a 5, a 4, and a 1.
okay. So you can burn a trait to reroll that one,
All I have on my top is the hope card.
which is we found resources. So here's what I'll let you do. I'll get you a hope die. Here's a hope die. If you win on this roll, you get to keep that. So go ahead and roll that hope die. What do you got?
4.
A 4.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Go ahead and give me that hope die back. Go ahead and give me that hope card.
What?
What the
Hold
crap?
up.
That's a
The
big
2 of you with Gary in the rear.
Wait, what?
Cletus is in the rear.
Oh, Cletus in the rear, watching the stairs. Jump around the pile.
I'm about to get clapped.
Me too.
There
It's
is
probably me because I rolled bad.
Oh,
a
yeah.
man standing there. Strong. Massive. One side of his body looks pale. Dead.
You're up, Cletus.
Huh?
We're gonna make you fight.
One side of his body looks pale, dead, lifeless, almost rotten. The other side is red and scaly. Strong, massive. A horn out of one side of his head.
He's a dragon.
Almost as if one side seems to be a dragon and the other seems to be nothing.
It's Anthony.
All I'm saying, I'm turning
It
that gas
lunges.
sideways and I'm blowing
The
shots.
second you come around, it lunges
Okay.
at Gary.
Mm-hmm.
I have to roll to make sure I get out of the way in time.
No, you failed the roll for going on the pile.
Why didn't I die? I rolled bad. I got a 1.
I'm not done yet.
Okay, I'm Holy shit. You get penalized for that one.
It
I've been
stabs at you.
Right in the
You
arm.
dodge once. And then materializing in his hand, the sword from the top of the pile.
Oh, yikers.
It's no longer there, it's now in his hand. In one big swoop,
My head
cuts off your arm, the one that was hurt.
Oh.
You fall to the floor screaming. He then turns his attention to Jamison.
He's just making that noise. He's just going.
And then he slowly drags the sword along the cement floor.
Oh, like Pyramid Head.
Lunging forward, stabs Jamison in the leg,
Cletus, you're up.
and then slashes back and stabs him in the other leg.
I need my legs.
He doesn't know that I'm there.
He doesn't know that you're there yet.
You're
He
standing there
then
like,
puts his sword like this against the cement and holds it and stands. You three are strong. I know that you're there. I look around the pile. You're some of the only ones left. We'll see if we can't allow this little game of cat and mouse
Then why are you trying to murk us?
to go any farther.
I'm not gonna be very
it's
good
all
master.
been this one guy.
He then takes a sword and pushes it into the cement and disappears.
So he's a wizard too?
Dungeons and Dragons.
I have an idea.
So
Oh, dude, he went into a
you
dungeon
are
and found a
bleeding
dragon.
out. Now you guys have to take over the story here for a minute. Gary has just had his arm cut off. He is bleeding.
I die and go to bed.
Jamison.
We could have your character die.
Jamison.
But wait.
At this point in the recording, it stopped recording for some reason, and we don't really know why. So I'm going to do my best here to recount the events of the rest of the story. And it's a real shame that it cut off here, because the story from here just got so much better, and everyone was taking way better turns telling the story. So what happens right then is... oh man, it's been a while. Gary, he, in a stellar show of intelligence, they tried to use the shotgun barrel. They were going to set off a shell in the shotgun barrel, and that way he could cauterize his bleeding arm. That was the plan. He got some terrible rolls, just absolutely awful rolls, and what ended up happening was he shot the floor and then sprayed himself with concrete shrapnel and then bled out and died on the floor. And what happened then was Cletus then came around the pile and picked up Jamison and started to carry him out of the basement. And on their way out, Cletus saw his parents in the pile of bodies close to the bottom. And that wraps up where his parents went. They go back up the stairs and back out to the truck. And Jamison is bleeding, but he's okay. He's able to wrap some rags around his legs where he got stabbed. They drive straight to the airport. When they get to the airport, they see a massive flood lamp that's over top of a big plane opening up the tarmac in light. And on the edges of the light is a massive wall of the creatures of the darkness. So thick that they can barely see through to the plane and the people on the other side. Cletus floors the truck. Going as fast as they can, they smash through the wall of creatures. And they crash the truck into something on the tarmac and roll it over. The light for the generator goes out, because whatever they hit stopped the power from going through it. And the wall of creatures started swarming towards the plane. Everyone gets on the plane. Cletus is swept up in the crowd of people that are going onto the plane. And Jamison is left in the truck. But a woman sees him and is able to drag him up the stairs right as the wave hit the plane and they're starting to move. Two men go on the wings of the plane because the plane can't move because there's so many creatures, and the two men use lights that they have and looks like flares and flashlights to get enough of the creatures away from the front of the plane so that the pilot can drive it away. And they get up into the air, and they're safe for now. And then they're flying for a little bit, and then a guy in the back of the plane, who no one had really paid any attention to until now, gets up and has a gun. And he starts shooting out the lights in the back of the plane. Somebody jumps out and stops him, but it's too late. The back of the plane is dark, and these creatures start to materialize inside of the darkness. They won't come forward too much because there is still light in the front of the plane. Jamison and Cletus and a couple other people throw their flashlights into the darkened areas, and all of the creatures slam themselves into the side of the plane to get away from the light. And they make a big hole in the plane, and a few passengers are sucked out the hole. Cletus isn't able to hold on, and he falls backwards, and he's grappled by a whole bunch of the creatures, and he falls out of the plane. And now they're starting to fly over some mountains, and Cletus falls down onto some rocks, and that's the end of him. Jamison, he was on the front of the plane, and he was on the seats sitting down because his legs didn't work, and he was able to, by rolling very well with his hope die, survive and not fall out of the plane. But then he decides to go to the hole, and the peak of the mountain is coming up, and the captain's calling, saying, "Hold on, brace for impact." He doesn't know if they're going to make it over the peak of the mountain. And Jamison jumps out as they go over the peak of the mountain, so he's very close to the ground. And with once again, some stellar rolls, he lands on top of a pine tree and rolls down to the ground with some major broken bones and internal bleeding, but he's still alive. And then the half-dragon, half-dead, dying creature shows back up with a whole horde of the dark creatures. And a massive crash is heard from the other side of the mountain, and the light of a fireball from the plane goes up over the hill where he can just see. The creature speaks to him, and I am kind of sad we don't have the recording of this, because I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I think I did pretty good with a little bit of voice acting finally at the end of this, instead of using the same voice for every character. He comes up and says, "You are now the last one. The only ones that we haven't conquered of your weak, puny race were on that plane." And Jamison manages to crawl away from the creature and make a few fleeting attempts to get away with his mangled and battered and broken body. But in the end, very slowly, the creature takes his sword, still bloody from all it's been, and just slowly stabs him through his torso, up through his heart. He leaves the sword inside of Jamison as Jamison is dying, and says, "Congratulations. You seem to be the strongest of your kind. But thank you for giving up so easily." And he walks away. All of the creatures, the dark creatures, seeming to go into more of a docile state, dropping whatever spears and sticks and weapons they had accumulated throughout this time. And Jamison, in his last moments of life, watches the red, scaly half of the creature walk away as the darkness starts to fade and the moonlight comes through and reflects off the scales. And then Jamison is no more.
My name Cletus Beeble. I'm 20 years old. My parents disappeared when this world went dark. I'm kind of scared. I don't know what's going on. I just want this to be over with, and I want my parents back. That is all I have to say.
My name is Jamison McCartle. I am 22 years old from Ireland. I came to the United States looking for a simpler life away from all my problems, and instead I have found the world essentially uninhabitable. And that's pretty much all I have to say. I would like to see my family again and get through this with my friends.
My name's Gary, and I've lived here pretty much my whole life. And my first job, I met two of my best friends.
Well, I hope you guys like listening to this. Thank you for sticking it out this long. I'm really sorry about the end being messed up, and I hope I recounted it in some sort of realisticness of what actually happened. It was quite a while ago because I've been procrastinating editing this for a long time. Thank you so much for watching. You can find links to all of our stuff in the description, our YouTube channels, Instagram, stuff like that. And just thank you so much for making it this far. The few of you that do watch the stuff we make, I can't speak for everyone, but I see those few numbers and those few comments. It just makes me feel so prideful in the stuff that we make. And we have so many ideas of things to do. And we're getting close. We're getting close to the end of where Joey or Bobe is going to be turning 18. I am almost done with high school because I'm homeschooled. I'm a little bit ahead. And so now we start getting some more free time. You can definitely be expecting more and better and greater things for us. Just thank you so much for listening to this. And hopefully production quality can go up one day. And thank you. Bye-bye.